evening, sports fans. Welcome to Bay Port High School, the site for tonight's non-conference matchup between the visiting Kimberly Papermakers and the host, Bay Port Pirates. It's another USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream. I am Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, again, all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. And Brett, it's a Thursday night. Exciting game I think we have tonight between a couple of teams in the top 10 and a couple of teams that we think very highly of in terms of where their programs are at, Brett. It's you can count on your hand maybe the teams that are on their level in Division I.
Especially Bay Port right now, Ricardo.
Yes.
Boy, what a run the Pirates are on. D1 state champs 2 years ago, and they think they should have won it all last year, right? We'll talk about how crazy that last sequence was against Arrowhead. I hate to say the A word around here, right? Arrowhead, but Bayport comes in, Ricardo, number 2 in the state in the coaches poll. Kimberly on the outside looking in, especially after being beaten by Sussex Hamilton last week, although I think Hamilton, I want to say, is ranked number 4th in the state.
Yeah, they're a very good program.
Quality opponents. We talked about this last week when we did the Neenah Notre Dame game. Quality opponents to start the season, and both of these teams really testing themselves well. This has become sort of an annual now tradition, right? I think this is the third year in a row these teams have played here in the early stages of the season. So I'm expecting to see a really good game, a classic battle between these two stalwart programs. Bayport, not a lot of success traditionally against the Papermakers. We're going to see how Bayport, kind of the new look Bayport with so many new faces, how they can respond after thumping Middleton, but obviously taking on a really good Kimberly team. But also, Ricardo, how does Kimberly respond after losing last week to Hamilton? Sort of a little bit of a mirror image of what happened last year. Remember, Kimberly lost to Hamilton in week 1, came back and took down the Pirates last year in week 2. So maybe it's deja vu again. We'll find out.
Deja vu all over again. Famous man once said that. But yeah, Brett, expecting a good one here at beautiful Bayport High School, Brett.
Gorgeous night, isn't it?
Gorgeous night for
Beautiful
football
facilities.
here on a Thursday night. Brett, it won't be long. We'll be remembering these days.
We'll be wearing the parka, right?
Yeah, in week 8 and 9.
Enjoy it now, right?
Things like that. But hey, let's get to know these two teams. Brett Christopherson put together these game notes so graciously as he does every week. I'll start with Bayport. He'll finish up with Kimberly. Now the Pirates, they're ranked number 2 in Division I in this week's BoundWisconsin.com state coaches poll, coming off a 56-15 rout of Middleton last Thursday in a non-conference opener at Middleton. Bayport, hey, second half, big for them. They erupted for 28 points to grab a commanding 42-7 lead, and they cruised there as they kicked off the season on an emphatic note. Overall, the Pirates rolled up, Brett, this isn't a typo, 561 yards.
Not a typo, Ricardo.
In a balanced offensive attack. Yeah, check this out. This is balanced, folks. 265 yards passing and 296 rushing. Babbage, did I say that correct?
Yes,
Threw
sir.
for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns while completing all 4 of his passes. He shared the signal caller duties with Braden Maney, who threw for 79 yards and a touchdown on 8 of 11 passing. Man, they always got good quarterbacks
They
here
do, right?
at Bayport,
Matt
don't they?
Stevens last couple of years, and now these guys.
Ryder Timmerman led the way in rushing with 135 yards and a score. That was on 8 carries. 16.9 yards per carry average. That's darn near Kingston Island numbers there, Brett. Babbage ran for 60 yards and a touchdown, while Jackson Smith scored twice and rushed for 40 yards on 7 attempts. Maney, he had 7 carries for 40 yards. Jackson Atrovic, did I say that correct?
Atrovic, yeah.
Atrovic had a big night receiving, 105 yards and a touchdown on 5 catches. The before-mentioned Jackson Smith, he hauled in an 82-yard scoring reception. That was his lone catch for the game. Cash Ebeling added 2 receptions for 53 yards and a score. Now defensively, Asher Fontaine led all tacklers with 8. Bayport also came up with 3 interceptions, 1 apiece from Lars Hansen, Anthony Nick, and Ramon Houston. It limited to Middleton to, boy, that's tough to say, limited Middleton to 250 yards. Bayport's next game, they're home against Pulaski next Friday in the FRCC North matchup. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. Brett, what can you tell me about the Papermakers?
Papermakers, Ricardo, coming off a 27-12 loss to Hamilton last Thursday, non-conference opener up at Kimberly. Hamilton, as I mentioned, currently ranked 4th in Division I in this week's BoundWisconsin.com state coaches poll. The Chargers, who beat Kimberly twice last season, Ricardo, they scored on 37 and 44-yard pass receptions to take a 14-0 lead in the first quarter, and then got a 55-yard touchdown run from Eston Haas late in the third quarter after Kimberly had rallied to within 14-12. The Papermakers got a pair of field goals from this is, I guess he'd be the Swiss Army knife, right? Maddox Hermes does everything for them. Kicks of 43 yards in the first quarter, 31 yards in the second quarter. Chase Schiedemeyer is a 4-yard touchdown, or is it Schedemeyer, I think, maybe 4-yard touchdown reception from Rylan Welch with 3:21 remaining in the third quarter accounted for Kimberly's other score. Welch, 176 yards passing, 21 of 32 on the night. Hermes was a top rusher with 60 carries for 18 yards. Welch ran for 18 yards on 12 attempts, and 5 different players caught at least 3 passes for Kimberly, which was led by Hermes' 6 receptions. Brecken Kreis and Brady Renke added 5 catches apiece for 64 and 43 yards respectively. Overall, Kimberly finished with 276 yards of offense. Defensively, Ricardo, Reed Beck, the top tackler, with 9 total stops. Hamilton threw for 154 yards and ran for 188. That's a total of 342 offensive yards. And again, that's it for the stats. Limited right now with just 1 week of action. But up next for the Papermakers, Ricardo, it does not get any easier. No. They're home against Kaukauna next Friday. FVA matchup kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Ricardo, I believe Kaukauna ranked in the top 10 in Division II. The Ghosts had a nice win to open the season as well. So see how it all plays out.
Big matchup. I mean, most of our big area in terms of enrollment all seem to be playing top-notch competition, Brett.
And we got another great one tomorrow night, not to put the cart in front of the horse as far as tonight's coverage, but we're going to be back at Neenah High School tomorrow night as top-ranked Arrowhead, the defending Division I state champs, roll into Rocket Stadium to take on the Neenah Rockets. We'll go live at 6:45, so a rare double header here in Week 2 for the Stream team, but looking forward to that. Well, Ricardo looks through the roster. I'm going to say a big thank you to our season sponsor, Cellcom. Tonight's Varsity Game of the Week is brought to you by the great folks at Cellcom, your hometown provider, proudly connecting our Wisconsin communities with wireless and internet. Come home to Cellcom.
The intranet.
I want to thank the athletic director here, Dylan Maney, for allowing us to come here.
Is that his son, Breeden?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But thank you to Dylan and his great staff here, Christopher Learman, the voice of Bayport Sports over here as well.
Oh, he's great. We love him.
Love coming to Bayport. Love dealing with the great folks here with the Pirates. Good people here, and fantastic facilities. Always a beautiful area in the Green Bay area, the northwest side, I guess you could say, north side. Just a gorgeous evening for football, and always fun to come here to Bayport.
Oh, love it, and it's easy to get to. That's the most important part.
Well, Rosie and I took the back roads because it was rush hour, but we'll go home down 41. Way too crazy at that racetrack through the construction. National anthem coming up, and then we'll get going here at Bayport High School.
Brett, I can't say enough how perfect this weather is. It is beautiful.
Oh, it's going to be like this all through November.
Yes, hope that's the case.
Attendance and interscholastic activities is a privilege, with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. Inappropriate or disrespectful behavior will not be tolerated and is not permitted.
That goes for announcers as well.
This includes
we have to show good sportsmanship, Brett and Rosie.
You will be removed immediately if you are caught doing these things. Your cooperation and
Rosie's outside manning the cameras for us tonight. Packed press box.
Appreciated. This past Saturday, Adam Messman, a senior quarterback and defensive back from Alma Center Lincoln High School, tragically passed away. The Wisconsin Football Coaches Association has asked for a moment of silence before every high school football game played in the state this weekend to honor Adam's memory. At this time, please remove your hats for this moment of silence. Thank you. And now at this time we ask you please remain standing, face the flag, as we honor America with the performing of our national anthem. Performing the Star Spangled Banner is world-renowned recording group, The Fishermen.
The Fishermen with the beautiful rendition of our national anthem, Brett.
Little barbershop quartet,
I was going
huh?
to say, yeah, beautiful. Did a great job. Again, here at Bay Port High School, tonight's non-conference Division I matchup between visiting Kimberly and host Bay Port.
Hey, and we got Hank DeWild, Ricardo, already
He's
checking
always
in.
up.
Yeah, we appreciate you,
ball.
Hank. We appreciate everybody who checks in on our chats and streams, and we'll keep an eye on that. And remember, play nice on the chat. Otherwise, Ricardo.
Well, we got to shut it down.
I got to shut it down.
And you've done that before.
I've done it. I don't want to do it again.
Brett does not enjoy doing that. I'll tell you that right now.
I want everybody to chime in and with some good thoughts. But Hank says since 06, I've only felt Kimberly was the underdog in a handful of games. He mentioned Arrowhead in 2012, and then Marquette in 2023, and then Bay Port last year maybe. And Hamilton as well. So I don't know. I suppose Kimberly comes in as an underdog tonight.
One thing I want you to notice, Brett, and we'll notice it right here. If you look at the roster, Bayport uses the smallest font possible for all of its players, while Kimberly, to me, the numbers look a little low compared to what I've seen in the past. And numbers, are very important to a program. It's just how you develop. It's how you get bodies out there. Would I say that they're an underdog? I'll tell you this much, Bayport doesn't think they're an underdog. Bayport wants this victory, Brett. They've lost twice to them in the last 2 years. So.
Well, you bring that up, Ricardo. I've got it here in the game notes. The all-time series, Kimberly leads 5-1, and they've won 4 straight. The first time these two teams met was back in 2018. Kimberly winning that one right here, 38-20. That was a D1 state quarterfinal. Bayport in 2019 took down Kimberly 42-28. That was a state semifinal at Oshkosh. Pirates making their first trip to the state championship game back that season, and the Pirates losing to Muskego, I believe, in that one. And then the last 4, Kimberly 42-21. That was a Division I state semifinal at Menasha.
Okay.
2023, a 17-14 Kimberly win in week 2 at Kimberly. 2024, Kimberly winning right here, 35-14. And then last year at Kimberly, 23-7 victory for the Papermakers. We've streamed most of those games as well.
Yes, we have.
So Kimberly has had its way against Bayport. But I know at least the folks around here, our colleague Scott Vency at the Green Bay Press-Gazette thinks very highly of this Bayport team despite all of the losses from graduation. And you think of Brady Moon, right? You think of Matt Stevens. You think of
Dirksen,
Brock Gauthier.
Aiden Dirksen, one of their big offensive linemen.
But, that's kind of the sign of a program, right? And we've seen it with Kimberly and Appleton North and Neenah as well, and Bayport over the years. They just replenish. And we're going to find out who the athletes are again this season, sharing the quarterback spot. Braden Maney, the junior, also Bray Babbage, also a junior, and both of those young quarterbacks really lit it up against Middleton last week. We'll talk about if that Babbage name sounds familiar. Well, Packers fans know that because his father is an assistant coach at the Green Bay Packers.
Bo Babbage?
No, Bobby Babbage.
That might be his son. Bo Babbage was a linebackers coach for the Bears about 10, 15 years ago.
And, of course, Braden Maney, the son of athletic director here, Dylan Maney. Dylan, former coach at Luxembourg Casco. So a lot of football ties. But always a fun match. I love these early season games now, Ricardo. Remember, you never used to be that way. It used to be kind of like some yawners, can't wait to get to the conference part of the season. Boy,
True.
now we're weeks 1 and 2 are big-time stuff.
Very true.
Bayport going to kick off. Number 3 is Lucas Sita, a senior wide receiver, back to receive this kick.
Ooh, they did a little razzle-dazzle there, trying to come right up and maybe fake a onside kick.
Is that number 0, Ryder Timmerman,
Yes.
going to do the kicking. Very good running back as well for the Pirates.
I expect Kimberly to avail themselves very well this game, Brett, after that tough loss to Sussex Hamilton.
Big kick, and that will go into the end zone. So touchback, 1st and 20 coming up for the Papermakers is how we'll begin this game.
Love being here. Bayport really treats us well, and
Yeah,
even
they
though
do.
this press box is cramped, Brett, there's more than enough room for us to
Oh,
maneuver.
it's cramped because there's a lot of media here because this is one of the big games of the night here in Northeast Wisconsin and even the state. I mean, again, Ricardo, Bayport ranked number 2 in the state of Wisconsin, so this is a game of certainly not only regional interest but statewide interest as well. So it looks like Ricardo Maddox Hermes is going to be the quarterback here to open this game, and he's going to hand it off. That's number 23 with it, Carter Rosen, a junior running back.
Now, Maddox is one of our Elite 11 football players. Now, Brett Maddox, like you call him, the Swiss Army knife, he really plays a lot of different positions. He does it well. Outstanding athlete, and they're comfortable with him at a bunch of positions. So you're going to hear his name a lot tonight.
Heck of a kicker, punter. Got a big leg. But
Running back, receiver, you can do it all.
one of your Elite 11 performers, Maddox Hermes. And it looks like we're going to get a procedure call against Kimberly.
They call that a false start.
That is indeed the call. So Kimberly backs up 5 yards. And if you're Chad Michaelwitz, the head coach of Kimberly, you don't want to be playing behind the sticks against his defense.
Ball's at the 19, so it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Papermakers. Again, they fell in their Week 1 matchup, 27-12 to Sussex Hamilton. They're here at Bayport, then they host Kaukauna, then they're at Appleton East over their next couple of games. Hermes. The
Rosen
give.
again, looking for some space. Ooh, good tackle. See if I can get a number there for the Pirates. That looked like number 20 bringing him down. Lars Hansen, the junior linebacker, 6 foot, 200 pounds. We called his name before. And I know there's talent at all 3 levels on that Bayport defense. Now,
Definitely.
3rd and 9 coming up for Kimberly. Exactly what you want for this Bayport defense. You know they're going to pin their ears back and try to get some pressure here on Hermes. Let's see what the Papermakers can do here on 3rd and long. Hermes now looking, rolling to his right, slings one. Pretty sticky coverage there. That was number 8. Brennan Flick, the senior, in coverage, and Pirates do what they need to do here, get a quick out for the defense, and they're going to have great field position too. You look at where the punt returner is near midfield already.
Well, I'll have a recap of this game, Brett, later tonight, maybe earlier Friday morning. And Torque Mason, he's here, and he'll be giving us a photo gallery from this game.
Ramon Houston back to receive the punt. Hermes is going to kick it away. See, he's got a big time leg. Big time leg. Look at, oh, Houston, he
Inside
touched
the
it.
30.
It's live, but he comes up with it. Now he's got some running room, looking for some space. Still on his feet, but brought down, and that's the weapon of Maddox Hermes from the kicking game. Not only punting, but he's got a great leg and field goals and place kicking and all that stuff. So that's a big-time weapon, and that really shifts field position.
You know,
as well.
Mike Sherry was talking about he visited the camp. He might have been there. Oh, yeah, he was there for the Week 1 game in Sussex Hamilton. He saw in warm-ups that Hermes was really kicking field goals from quite the distance. So
Yeah.
he does have a big leg.
Got a question on the chat from Jared Lynn 20. Will we be streaming the Arrowhead Neenah game tomorrow night? Yes, sir. We'll be there. 6:45. We'll go live. Nice pitch and catch. That is Maney to number 5, Jackson Atrodovic, senior. Nice easy throw, right? Kind of get your quarterback going, get the offense going a little bit, and then look at this, 2nd and 2 coming up now.
Yeah, 8-yard gain on that pass play, and plenty of time to throw. As you said, Brett, a pretty easy pitch and catch. So
just get the quarterback feeling good, get everybody feeling good, get off to a good start on this drive. So you like that play call here as the Pirates now. First offensive series. After last week's game that we streamed 56-53 Notre Dame Neenah, I'm not used to seeing a defensive stop, as we saw before. And Kimberly now wrapping up. Not much there. And that was Maney running the ball there. So third, maybe lost a yard potentially. But remember last week, how many stops did we see in that 56-53 game that featured, 15 total touchdowns?
Not many.
It was kind of nice to see some defense here tonight.
3rd and short here, Brett, for Bay Port.
I know Chad Michaelwitz reading some of the previews that we put out there going into the season. He thinks very highly of his defense, thinks that the Papermakers are going to be very hard to score on. Oh, nice throw. Beautiful toss to Atrodovic. Nice route.
Nice route, easy completion. Again, very difficult for a defensive back to cover that, Brett. And look at that. They're up to the 50, marking it up. 13-yard gain.
Again, good safe throw, but a really nice route. Good hands by Jackson. 1st and 10 at midfield for the Pirates. On the move.
You're a Bay Port fan. You got to like how this drive has started. A couple of easy passes. Conversion on 3rd down.
That's some of these big offensive linemen. I see, I think right guard Parker Lowenhagen, a 6'3" sophomore, 290 pounds. Oh, nice catch. And that's number 34, Cash Ebling. Junior fullback, Ricardo. Nice throw as well.
20-yard gain on that. And
boy, look at some of these big boys on that offensive line. My goodness.
Maney, Brett, 4 for 4, or 3 for 3 for 41 yards so far. So 1st and 10 at the 30 in Kimberly territory are the Pirates.
I'm sorry, that Lowenhagen looks like he's the right tackle out there. And Maney again, watch out, feeling pressure. Oh, coming in, number 12, that is. Chalupny. Senior linebacker.
Brett, he's going to be way back at the 20 or the 36. Is that what they're calling it?
Coming in on a blitz, Ricardo. Some pressure.
Well, you're going to have to, if you're Kimberly, you want to disrupt this rhythm that Bay Port has early on. That's one way to do it, Brett.
Oh, Manny looking to his left, swings it over, trying to set up a screen again. Good tackle.
Oh, boy. Great tackle there by, is it Chalupny you said?
That's Sartorelli with the catch, Owen Sartorelli.
Yep.
Senior wideout, so behind the sticks now here at 3rd and long, the Pirates. And good defense by the Papermakers these last 2 plays.
Well, it's imperative that the Kimberly defense get a stop here. Would this be 4-down territory, Brett?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
See what they do here on 3rd down. Is Maney now running? Oh, watch out again. Had to get rid of it. Wide open, though. What a throw. 1st down. Under pressure, Ricardo.
That was a great, he stood there in pressure.
Otrodovic with the catch, and I thought there was no way Maney had a chance, but delivered a great throw just as he was going to get hit. Kind of looking at those tiers, right? And everything was covered near side or that lower level, but found Otrodovic open along that far sideline. Good pocket, found the opening in that defense And that was a heck of a throw, big-time throw.
Yeah, Bayport's in the red zone, Brett. That conversion, 3rd and 14. They needed 14. They got 16. Down at the 18-yard line of Kimberly.
Maney running this time, zigging and zagging his way, still on his feet, and he's in. 13, is that 13 yard? What do you have there?
Yards.
18?
Oh, it was 13. My bad.
No, I think it was 18. That's where the stick was set up.
Yeah.
18 yards. 18-yard touchdown run by Dylan Maney, who really looked sharp there, Ricardo, to open that drive for the Bayport Pirates.
Yeah, kind of did everything right. He was 5 of 5 for 59 yards passing, and then also had the 18-yard touchdown there. Really made a nice move there in the secondary, Brett, to get away and score for the Pirates.
Extra point is good by Timmerman. And as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, Bayport strikes first. First touchdown of the night on their opening offensive drive. Very well done. Dylan Maney doing a lot of the work. Looked very, very sharp.
I'm just updating my Twitter. You can follow me at Ricardo DeLeon, D-E-L-I-A-N. Brett is at PC Brettsy, and Rosie is at Metal Rosie.
So halfway through this opening quarter, Hank DeWild telling us Twitter for Kimberly, apparently number 7, Rylan Welch, not suited up tonight. So I don't know if something happened in practice or during the game. See if we can get some binoculars out there. And Rosie, you're going to have to bump up the brightness as well, Rosie. We're going to do a little technical stuff here that really got dark on us here pretty fast.
That it did. Both of them, really.
Yeah, both cameras got dark. So we'll get that fixed and squared away. As kickoff now. That is going to number 3, Lucas Sita. Looking for some running room. And Kimberly a chance to respond here.
Marking that.
There you go, Rosie. That looks good.
27.
And you'll have to brighten that one as well. There you go. That looks good as well. Thank you, Rosie.
Great job, Rosie.
Not sure if something going on with these cameras, but hopefully we don't have to do that all night long. We'll see. Hermes waiting for the snap. He's just going to take it and looking for some running room. Power football right there, Ricardo, right up the gut.
Well, he can do that, and we saw that a lot last year, Brett. He would come in along their quarterback last year, Cam Wong. They kind of split that position. Looks like it's a 5-yard gain, 2 for Maddox. 2nd and 5 from the 32. Thank you for joining us again here at Bayport High School, the site for tonight's non-conference Week 2 matchup between Kimberly and Bayport, a pair of top 10 teams.
I don't think Kimberly's ranked in the top 10,
well,
at least in the coaches poll. Are they in the large division ESPN
maybe
poll?
also in preseason.
Preseason.
2nd and 5 for Kimberly.
Hermes now going to swing it over to his left. There's a nice throw, first down to Sita, the senior wideout.
Fastball from Hermes, as we know. Also a standout athlete and a baseball player.
Ricardo, Kimberly looking to avoid its first 0-2 start since 2004. Back then, Kimberly opened with back-to-back losses to Appleton West, 21-7, then Appleton North, 29-7. Papermakers went on to finish 5-5 that season, and Steve Jorgensen's first season at the helm. 3 seasons later, Kimberly was celebrating its first state football title, going 14-0. Of course, Steve Jorgensen now an assistant here at Bayport. He's just down in the press box calling some plays, Ricardo. I know you know Steve quite well.
Do, yes. Great guy, intense guy.
His move on the tackle.
I have many a story about Steve Jorgensen. I covered Oshkosh North as well when he was there. And obviously, he did a great job with the Papermakers. Now, Brett, 2004, that was a little before my time. I got to the Post Crescent in 2006.
I got the Post Crescent in 03, but covered the Neenah area for a year and then moved downtown in 04. So you got to remember when Steve Jorgensen took over that Kimberly program back then, the Papermakers weren't how we think of the Papermakers now. It was a downtrodden program.
Yeah, a program in need of a lift.
And he gave them a big-time lift, and then Steve Jones obviously took it even to a different level after that. And then Chad Michaelwitz in his first year back in 2022 winning a state title with Kimberly. So state championships won by these coaches in, well, Steve Jorgensen, Steve Jones, and Chad Michaelwitz.
3rd down and 6, big down here for the Papermakers offense.
Well, watch out, Hermes. He's got to get rid of it. Pressure, throws, and an incomplete. Almost. Kind of got bobbled, but there, that Bay Port defense coming up with another stop, Ricardo. So the Kimberly punt team will have to come out, and Hermes is going to have to boom another one.
Yeah, Schneidermeyer was really covered well by that Bay Port defense. Boy, they're quick.
Yeah, they are. They got some athletes, don't they? We got a question on the chat. Sports Wisconsin 1. Will you guys be streaming the Little Shoot Freedom game later this season? I can answer affirmatively yes to that one as well. We will be.
Brett, these sounds like promos. Are you sure you're not the one submitting those questions?
I'm putting the chat questions in. Oh yeah, did you? Well, let's see this return here first. Good job by Hermes to boom it away. Houston gets the bouncer, but good coverage by the punt unit of Kimberly. You see the state coaches poll this week. I was a little surprised. Little Shoot came in. Remember, they went to the state championship game last year, preseason #1. They win 42-0 over Xavier. First state coaches poll comes out in Division 4. They go down to #2. Freedom is now #1.
Well, I did not vote in that. That's obviously just the coaches. I'll tell you this much, Brett. In the ESPN media poll, Little Shoot's the #1 team among small schools. Freedom is also in the top 10.
After what they did at Lake Mills, which was a great, impressive win, 40-0, no doubt about it. But how do you drop a spot when you win 42-0? But we'll be there. Oh, wow, big time hit. Almost. We're going to say that was a catch and a fumble. Didn't see who had the hit, but Otradovic took a pretty good shot there. We're going to say he was down by contact. But yeah, so we got some big-time matchups coming up. Actually, we're going to see Little Shoot next Friday night as the Mustangs take on Wrightstown. That should be a fun NEC game as well. First look at the Mustangs and all the talent they've got coming back. But we'll see what here is Maney trying to get around. I think that was 43. Grayson Peters, the junior linebacker, 6'3", 205 pounds, doing a good job, Ricardo, pressuring the backfield and bringing Maney down, setting up a 3rd down.
They'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for Bay Port.
Rosie, I'm just going to keep telling you, maybe bump up the – I think it must be because of the twilight kind of messing up with the camera here a little bit until we get dark and the lights take over. But let's get this 3rd down play first as Maney waits for it. And now he's on the run. Pressure coming again. Fumble! Loose ball! And it's fall. Who has it? That's Kimberly I think that's 92. Chase Stanley, a senior defensive lineman, comes in, pounces on the loose ball. A lot of pressure on Maney. I don't know if it just slipped out of his hand as he was trying to make something happen.
Well,
but
it's not wet outside here, Brett. But, yeah, that's a lot of pressure that Kimberly was bringing on that. We saw that on their initial possession, Brett, right? Kimberly really pressuring at the line of scrimmage. You saw it here, and it causes a turnover.
And 1st and goal for the Papermakers, ball right at the 10-yard line. So, boy, a big opportunity now for Kimberly. Looks good, Rosie, by the way. And we'll see if the Papermakers can capitalize. Hermes back taking the snaps. Hermes, Rosen with it, looking for some running room. And good job by that Pirates defense to bottle Rosen up maybe a couple yards on that run right up the gut.
Yeah, we'll see where they mark this. It looks like it's at the 8. So a 2-yard gain for Rosen. Brett, it's imperative, I think, in my opinion, that Kimberly scores here. Not a field goal. You need a touchdown, even though you have a great kicker with Hermes. They really need a score here because this Bayport offense is outstanding and will put up some points.
2nd and goal at the 8, Hermes. Little play fake. Now he's on the run, looking for some space, trying to get the angle, and there's going to be a flag. I think it's coming back, Ricardo.
Out on the wing, and you see the Bayport players kind of signaling that.
So touchdown negated, presumably here.
Well, they're talking about it, Brett. Or they may be thinking about where they're going to mark that. Because Hermes scored on that, correct?
Correct.
Now, this is a long discussion for a holding call, Brett.
I'm not sure what they're discussing, but here we go. Well, let's
they're
see.
calling it a touchdown.
Kimberly's saying a touchdown, but let's see what the official says. They're waving the flag.
Oh, wow.
No penalty, and that's an 8-yard touchdown run by Maddox Hermes.
You know, it's always not a good thing when you see them talking.
It was a long conversation.
And you knew they were thinking, well, was that an illegal block or anything like that, a holding? But, hey, all we know is that's a Spencer. Spencer
Hermes?
Whoops.
Maddox Hermes.
Maddox Hermes, yes.
And now Maddox looking to add another point to his night as the place kicker here, waiting for the extra point. And that's almost an automatic, Ricardo, as Hermes bangs it through.
About as automatic as you get in the high school level, right?
No doubt about it. So Maddox Hermes, an 8-yard touchdown run. Maddox Hermes with the P18 as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, just 48 seconds to go in this opening quarter. We are all tied up, 7 apiece. Kimberly taking advantage of that fumble and the short field. Appreciate everybody checking us out tonight on our YouTube channel. Please, folks, subscribe if you could to our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. The more subscribers, the better we look, so we appreciate that. And also streaming to postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com, and both the Post Crescent and Press Gazette Facebook pages as well. So multiple platforms to watch tonight's game. And again, thanks to Cellcom, our season-long sponsor when it comes to high school sports. Not just our live streams, but all of our high school sports content. We appreciate their continued support and their partnership. So 7-7, Hermes with the 8-yard touchdown run off the Bayport fumble. Remember, that set up 1st and goal for Kimberly from the 10. And Hermes doing a good job kind of showing those wheels a little bit, getting that angle and just running to the corner of the end zone to get in.
I thought he was going to be in trouble doing that, Brett, but he did a great job. He has outstanding balance.
And now here you're going to see he's going to kick off and probably going to bang it through the end zone. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the 20.
They like doing those fake little onside things. But you're right, Brett. Hermes, a special kicker, one of the very best in the state. 7-7 all here at Bayport High School between the Papermakers and the Pirates.
Right into the end zone. He's got a great leg, no doubt about it. That's just such a good weapon. Kind of takes that pressure off an offense, right? You don't feel like you felt like you had to score a touchdown to answer what Bayport had done. But boy, in these games where you say, okay, well, we need a 35-yard field goal, like you got a kicker that is going to make more than he's not. That's for sure. Don't always have to score touchdowns to put points on the board.
Is that still Meany at quarterback, or do you have someone else there, Brett?
This
is 13, it looks like.
13 now, Ricardo, is Bray Babbage, the 6'4 junior. Remember, they split time, and
Look out.
Babbage's got a great arm, by the way. Look at this. Wow. right over the middle and finally brought down. That's Brady Suda, the 6'2 senior tight end, 215 pounds. Little jab step, try to get that defense to kind of come up a little bit. And beautiful toss to Suda, wide open. Great hands, nice play.
42-yard play. You're right, Brett. He had some nice deception there. Made a feint to the Kimberly defense like he was going up the middle, and then was able to find his receiver deep. Again, 42-yard gain there, BC.
Yeah, Babbage, the son of Green Bay Packers secondary coach and pass game coordinator Bobby Babbage. And now Babbage looking for some running room. I mentioned Braden Maney, the son of Bayport Athletic Director Dylan Maney. So, again, it's a nice problem to have when you got two talented quarterbacks. Give these ties, maybe do a little bit different stuff. I wonder if Babbage says that's going to be the end of the first quarter. More of that classic step back, drop back, pocket passer type guy.
He certainly looks the bill, am I right?
Yeah. Nice tight
kid.
spiral on that throw. So 12 minutes in the books here in Suamico as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. All tied up, 7 apiece in this great non-conference matchup. And again, gives me an opportunity to plug some things we have coming up. Again, our next live stream, our next Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. You don't have to wait long. We're back at it tomorrow night as 10th ranked Neenah hosts top ranked and defending WIAA Division I state champion Arrowhead. That's another fantastic non-conference week 2 matchup. Live coverage from Neenah High School will kick off at 6:45 p.m. You can always access our previous Game of the Week live streams on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week live streams link.
Boy, the concentration of great games over these first 2 weeks is unbelievable.
Crazy, isn't it? Maybe our best yet.
Well, 2nd down and 6 at the 34 for Bayport. Their junior quarterback, Bray Babbage, is in.
Ricardo, when you look at the Kimberly defense, that takes extra time, right, to prepare for two quarterbacks rather than just focusing on one and the tendencies, the strengths, the weaknesses.
Well, in a sense, Bayport had to go through the same thing because I don't know if they knew that the Kimberly starting quarterback was going to be out. So now they've played against Hermas before, but not where Hermas played every snap at quarterback.
Good point. Babbage in, and he's just going to keep it looking right up the gut. Oh, boy, good speed. Wow. And nice job by that front, just opening up some seams. And Babbage got those strides, right? Again, he's 6'4", 201-pound junior quarterback. So he's got some wheels, he's got the arm, and he's got a little power to his run game as well.
Yeah, 13-yard gain. Brad Osita from Kimberly prevented a touchdown run there.
So right at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
This is what I mean, Brett, where Kimberly, you got to score as many points as you can because this Bayport offense is really special.
Babbage again just going to keep it, looking to the right side, and then kind of bringing some guys with him. Good, hard run. Tough kid to bring down on first contact.
Boy, that's about a 7-yard gain. Is that right? Yeah.
7-yard gain, ball at the 13. So good answer by this Pirates offense. Remember, drive started at the 20-yard line. As Babbage waits for it here on 2nd and 3, looking good, running the offense. Same as we saw with Maney. Good tackle by number 4, Reed Beck, the senior linebacker, 6'2", 179 pounds. Doing a good job just wrapping up those legs and making sure Babbage couldn't get that first down. So got a yard, though, 3rd and 2 coming up from the 12.
How are these screens? Does that look a little dark to you, BC?
A little dark still, but I think it's that twilight look that's kind of messing up here a little bit. Because when you look at from a press box, it kind of looks dark on the field as well from our vantage point.
Sure.
3rd down as Babbage waits for the snap. rolling to his left, and is he going to run? Nope, he's going to
Nothing
sling it
there.
over. Almost picked off. Overshot his intended receiver, Ethan Orlando, number 11, the senior in the end zone. So 4th down coming up. This isn't time for Steven Jorgensen, the head coach at Bay Port. You go for it here, or do you have feel good about your kicking game and maybe want to put some points on the board? We'll see what he wants to do. Trying to see if
Well, they're bringing in starter early. Timmerman is their kicker,
yeah.
but looks like they're going for it, BC.
Babbage is still out there, number 13.
Now maybe they might try to get a little offsides, but I'm sure Coach Jorgensen is confident in this offense.
Babbage again going down the middle, just over. She had him.
Oh, he did.
He had him.
You're
That
right.
was number 34. Cash Ebling, the junior fullback, was there, just sailed it over, and Kimberly gets the stop on a wayward pass. But put that in the back pocket for maybe later in the game
Yeah.
if you're the Pirates.
Well, that's the second or third time they've done that little dip and then throw over the middle, but just missing. You know, a compressed little field, Brett, it might be a little tougher to kind of gauge how far you're throwing down.
So, yeah, Rose, if you can kind of keep bumping up it's getting a little dark again. Hopefully the lights will help when it really becomes dark. But in any event, Kimberly with the start. And Carter Rosen, the junior running back. That's good, Rosie. We're kind of doing some technical stuff here on the fly. It's just I think it's the lighting here at the stadium.
Four carries, 8 yards I have for Rosa and Brett, but that was a 2-yard gain. I'm sorry, 4 for 10.
You know what's going to happen later on in the season. All of a sudden, these 7 o'clock kickoffs are going to be dark.
They are.
Still enjoying the summertime weather here in these early season games. There's Hermes now. He's just going to keep it. Oh, what a tackle. Wow.
Yow.
Beautiful job. That's number 9. Asher Fontaine, the junior linebacker, just getting up, grabbing those ankles of Hermes and bringing him down. 3rd and 10 now coming up for Kimberly.
Great defensive play. You got to be disciplined in your reaction. Hermes is a slippery guy. So 3rd and 10 at the 13. Not much.
Oh, go ahead, Ricardo.
3rd and 10
3rd and
from
10. Yep.
the 13. You know, if you're the Bayport defense, you're able to get a 3 and out here. That's nice. Your offense, you lose a couple yards here. They tried the 4th down, but if they're able to get out of here with the 3 and out, that's a good win for Bayport.
Well, let's see. Hermes is going to keep it, trying to set
wide
something
open.
up. Wide open
Wide
is right.
open.
Beautiful play call there. And that is a 1st down catch and a lot more. Jake Mao, Ricardo, number 81, the junior tight end, 6'6", 224 pounds. A little misdirection play, right? Get everybody crashing to the right. He leaks to the left. And a nice execution there by the Papermakers on a big 3rd down play.
Yeah, Brett, you saw that open right away. A 30-yard play, it looks like, here for Hermes. First and 10 at the 43. Hey, but they were able to get out of the din of their own end zone. There are the Papermakers. Hermes is an underrated passer. He does it on occasion. He's definitely more of a running quarterback. And now he's taking it off the right side, up the middle. And he's past the 45 at the 46, so gain of 3 yards.
This is a little bit more of a traditional football game.
I would say so.
I think last week at this time it was like 28-28.
I have 6 carries for 18 yards for Hermes. 2nd down and 7 from the 46 for Kimberly. Brett, they have 2 receivers near side here. Close together, bunch of almost formation here.
Well, now one in motion here, and that's going to be, Hermes is going to keep it. Oh, just dragging the defender, though, that to about the 50.
Lucas Osato kind of got the low end of the stick there, Brett.
See the senior linebacker, though, Zach Lindquist, to number 7, holding on for dear life as Hermes was just kind of dragging him as much as he could. Ball on the Kimberly side of the 50, ball to 49. Big 3rd down coming up here.
Yeah, 3-yard carry there. 3rd down and 4. But yeah, Osida, it was a good fake, and it got one of the defensive linemen of Bayport. He got tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Hermes is just going to keep it again, looking for some space, and he'll be shy a couple yards. Forward progress looks like we'll put the ball at the Bayport 49, but 4th and 2. What do you do if you're Chad Michaelwitz here?
This is a position game, a field position game. I think you have to punt it.
Looking at the flag, it is...
Especially when you got Maddox Hermes back there. He's a weapon upon himself.
Yeah, and the Kimberly would have the wind at its back as well on this kick if they decide to go that route, but it looks like offense staying on the field now. Here's a question. They're going to try to draw Bayport offsides, or are they going to run a play? We're going to find out here in a second. Hermes under center, Ricardo.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to get him to go offside.
And I think we're going to get a timeout here. And that's exactly what Chad Michaelwitz does with 6:29 to play.
Good close game, Brett.
Kind of nice. Not that last week wasn't fun. I don't know if we could do that every week, though.
No, let's not. How long were we there? I should have brought a blanket and a pillow, man.
We had the 50-plus minute weather delay to start the game, but hey, if anybody wants to go on to postcrescent.com or greenbaypressgazette.com, I put a video together of all 15 touchdowns that were scored. It's only a 2-minute video, so go ahead and check it out. It was some amazing runs by Kingston Allen of Notre Dame. 464 yards, 7 TDs, something like that. The University of Wisconsin recruit. And then, not to be outdone, Ashton Van Beek, the standout quarterback for the Rockets, ran for 200-plus yards and then threw for 2 more.
Here we go, Brett. Now, will Hermes go into a punting position here? Or take the snap?
Little pooch punt. We're going to see. There's Hermes. He's going to run. No, what's he want to do here? Waiting for the snap. They're running it. He's looking up the middle, and I know. Well, nope, he's short.
Yeah.
He didn't get anything. No gain. Looking for something up the gut, Ricardo. It was just bottled up by that Bayport's defensive front. They won the battle on that play, and they're going to get the ball near midfield.
Good defensive stand for Bayport, Brad, really showing. Now, that's a very talented Bayport defense, or a proud defense. They kind of got deked out a little bit on that pass there, the misdirection. When it comes to your guy and our guy, and we'll see who wins, they got the best of Kimberly on that play. So now the onus on Kimberly's defense to hold Bayport. Now is Babbage still at quarterback? Yes, he is.
He is. So both Maney and now Babbage both out with are both playing 2 series, and that was a nice run. Some good blocking up front. You see the full moon rising across the way as well here at Suamico.
Rosie, don't forget to get a shot of that, my friend. I have Babbage 5 carries, 40 yards, Brett, so he's doing a lot of good things on the ground.
Both quarterbacks impressive here for Bayport, no doubt about it.
There's the big old buttery moon there. Attaboy, Rosie. Oh, that's
going to be
penalty.
A false start, yep. Some miscommunication there.
These are the kind of things that really just kind of drive a coach crazy.
Full start against Bayport as a 5-yard penalty.
Here's this score, according to our chat, the Pier leading Fond du Lac, 21-zip. Interesting.
Hank DeWild saying that, I'll mention that after this play here, is Babbage
nice
wide
throw.
open.
Little slant play. That's Owen Sartorelli, the senior wideout with the catch. Not much you can do there, Ricardo.
No.
Good route, and the ball was out of Babbage's hands pretty fast.
Yeah, Hank DeWild saying that Maddox has to be the all-time leader in field goals, which I agree. He has to be.
Babbage just going to keep it. Wow. Just to some good running. It just won't go down. Finally wrestled down to about the 20. first down run for the Pirates.
6 carries, 48 yards. I haven't officially for Babbage. Good-looking player, only a junior. No one from Bayport made my Elite 11 team, Brett, but that's not because they don't have talented players. They do. It's just many of them are underclassmen.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting if you're Stephen Jorgensen,
yeah,
right?
we had 2 Bayport kids on last year's Elite 11 team. And we'll probably have 2 kids again next year, but it's only a senior showcase. Seniors.
There's Timmerman with a nice run. Again, big-time blocking, Ricardo, up front by this offensive line. Let's see if I can get some numbers. 64, 60, 50. Let's see who else we have. 77. 66. And number 14, Suda, the tight end. Maybe you can run down those names when you have a minute or two, but doing some good work up front for the Pirates as Timmerman now again. Big lane.
Easy.
Big lane down to the goal line. First and goal coming up. Right at the 1, Ricardo, just gashing their way downfield. Looking good in the run game right now are the Bayport Pirates.
Timmerman's like, oh, wow, I didn't even bother getting hit until I got into the secondary almost.
First on and goal from the 1.
Here's a question, will number 0 get it, or Babbage just going to keep it here? Let's see. That offensive line right now humming, and it's going to be Timmerman trying to get in. I think he's in. Let's see if the fit. He is. That's a 1-yard score for Ryder Timmerman, the senior running back.
Nice drive for Bayport there, Brett. Again, I'll get those offensive lineman names here as I update my Twitter.
And now Timmerman kind of doing them Hermes thing, right? Scores a touchdown. Now he's out for the PAT. And sails that one through. Nice drive by the Pirates. They're up 14-7, 3:43 to play here in the second quarter as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard. 1-yard touchdown run by Ryder Timmerman. He also provides the PAT. And that came off of a stop near midfield.
Yeah, let's give us some love to that Bayport offensive line, Brett.
And check out their size, too. Some big
Let's
kids.
see what we got here. Number 64 is Camden Steinhorst, 6'2", 285. He's a sophomore. Number 60, Henry Atkinson, 6'2", 250, senior. Excuse me. Number 50 is Parker Lowenhagen, 6'3", 290, another sophomore.
Yeah.
I mean, those are big kids, Brett. Number 77, Connor Boyle, 6'3". He's the runt of the litter, I guess. 6'3", 215, a junior. And then there's number 66, Carter Schmeidel, 6'1", 252, another junior, Brett.
Crazy. Boy, oh boy.
That is unbelievable. So they have 4 juniors and a senior.
And some junior quarterbacks.
Yeah, and then you mentioned Brady Suda, the tight end, 6'2", 215. He's a senior, so man, oh man, they got some sides up along and talented youth.
Yeah,
for
boy,
Bayport.
you got to be excited if you're a Pirates fan, knowing a lot of these guys are going to be coming back. So you can see why they're so excited about how this program is shaping up right now. Here's the kick. Saida with it. And Rosie, if you can kind of keep bumping up a little bit, trying to brighten it as much as we can. I think the official's saying that Saida was down.
Yeah,
being so dark here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, Rose, if you can knock it up a little bit there, it looks pretty dark. But again, getting back to the offensive line, you know, Appleton North, their average line averages about 6'4", 280. They have a little rotation going on at guard, but I think this Bayport offensive line is just about the same size if you look across the 5 guys.
Appleton North coming off that really nice win over state-ranked McWanago, one of the Classic 8 schools.
Oh, that looks better, Rosie. Good job.
Good job, Rosie.
But on the faraway camera, you might have to do maybe another tick or two. I don't know if you can do that, though.
The wide shot camera, yep. Yeah, you look at tonight's schedule in the FVA. Appleton West at, that's the FRCC North, I'm sorry. Appleton West at Sheboygan South, Kimberly at Bay Port, Fondy at De Pere, Appleton North at West De Pere. That's tonight. I wonder how that game is going. The Lightning and the Phantoms. Everybody in the chat, let us know. West De Pere now with another Greisen at quarterback, Andrew Greisen, who's been lighting it up, or lit it up last week in his debut at quarterback.
Well, we got a little stoppage of time here.
Tonight's FVA schedule, I kind of mentioned it all through. It's a lot of FVA/FRCC. Tomorrow in the FRCC North, it's Green Bay Preble at Appleton East, Manitowoc Lincoln at Ashwaubenon, Green Bay Southwest at Green Bay East, Pulaski at Hortonville, and then in the FVA, Arrowhead at Neenah, the game we're doing tomorrow night, number 1 versus number 10, the Warhawks and the Rockets. Kaukauna at Notre Dame. That should be an interesting game, and then Oshkosh North at Oshkosh West. Kingston Allen going to try to put some more touchdowns and yards on an FVA team, Ricardo.
Yeah. I don't see anything on Twitter yet on Appleton North and West De Pere. So first down and 10 at the 23 if we're waiting for play to resume.
Must be a drone. I think they're talking about the drone.
From the field before action may continue. The drone over the end zone must be removed from play. Thank you. Please remove it from the field.
So that's we have a drone. Last week we had a weather delay. This week we have a drone delay.
Thank you for that video there, Rosie. Again, it's like we're in Star Wars, Brett.
All this technology.
Hey, we don't serve their kind in here.
I know this, that the drone delay was much faster than the 50-plus minute weather delay last week. So that was the holdup.
What's going on here? Now they're going back a few yards. Oh, they must have got penalized for that.
Is that a
Brett.
Kimberly?
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, I've never seen that in a game before.
No, neither have I. Drone. I'm putting it down in my notes. Drone penalty.
All right. Well, here we go again. Hermits looking. Completed to Schedermeyer. Chase Schedermeyer, senior wide receiver, 6'3", 160 pounds. But boy, that's Bayport speed, Ricardo, bottling him up quickly.
Now let me tell you something. That drone certainly didn't seem to be over the field because it went straight down and it was definitely not in the field of play. But I don't think you can have anything flying up and around a field or close to it. And that was Kimberly's drone. They got penalized 5 yards. Now 2nd and 12.
So already starting a drive behind the sticks. Hermes now, play fake, gonna sling it. Nice catch, that's number 44. Brady Renke, the senior fullback, 5'10", 202 pounds. And this is a big third down here coming up. Clock running, almost at the 2.5 mark here in the second quarter, but Bayport, all 3 timeouts remaining. Boy, they would love to get their hands on the ball with one more chance to score here in this half.
Bayport doing a good job of tackling on the perimeter, Brett. I mean, I have Hermes 5 for 6, but only 45 yards.
Yeah, not a whole lot of yards after contact. And watch out, trying to set up a screen, and there, again, great pursuit. I thought that was going to be a first down. Carter Rosen with the catch, but I thought there was some space, but boy, they're fast. And forcing the 4th down, and I think you have to punt it away. And Bayport now, Ricardo, will burn a timeout with just under 2 minutes to go in this half.
Yeah, 4th and 1, great tackling. Again, Bayport's defense has risen to the challenge almost every time.
I thought it was a good play call. Screen was there, but just credit to the Pirates for getting in there, shedding some blocks. And
I thought they had the blocking right in front of the receiver, Brett. But again, good job by that defensive front and defensive secondary and linebackers for Bayport. As much as the offense gets a lot of love and everything, their defense has been playing very, very well tonight, Brett. So here we have Hermes punting. Ramon Houston. High snap.
Again, it should have the oh boy, high kick. Man, you can barely see that in the sky. And a heck of a job by Hermes to make sure the Pirates with a longer field here, but a minute 48 to go. Let's see who they bring in at quarterback now. Looks like Babbage coming in for the Pirates offensively, so this will be his third series, I believe, too, for Maney.
So ball's going to be at the 27.
Kimberly opened the game with the ball, right? So
yes.
I think Bayport, boy, chance to double up here if you're the Pirates. Well, I checked that. Maney now back in at quarterback. So each quarterback taking 2 possessions. Now it's Maney's turn again and looking for some space. Oh boy, watch out. Watch out, Maney on the run. Great job to start this drive by number 4, Braden Maney, 6'2", 175 pounds. And Ricardo, a little shifty when he's running as well, looking for those big old running lanes by that offensive line you talked about in the previous series.
Let me tell you something, Brett. That was perfectly blocked.
Now Maney again, look at that option look, but he's going to tuck it in, keep it, and a good start to this drive. Again, 2 timeouts remaining for the Pirates, and it looks like they're going to take one more here, so 1 remaining for Bayport. So just like that, 2 big runs, and they're in Kimberly territory. Ball's going to be at the 3-yard line. They were talking up here in the press box that drone issue, that was a delay of game penalty is what.
Right, because, yep. Brett, I have May, 5 carries, 39 yards. Oh, that moon's really shining through, Rosie. Why don't you get it on that moon?
It doesn't look like it's quite a full moon yet, does it? Maybe just a little bit of a sliver
it looks
there.
Like a full moon. You know, Brett, I don't know if you know this.
I'm going to see.
Maybe
it is.
I don't know if you know this, but we landed on the moon.
Really?
Many, many rainy seasons ago.
We just went past the moon earlier this year.
We did? So 2nd and 7 for Bayport. Rosie always doing a great job there on top of things.
I guess it is a full moon. Because my eyes are going on me. Maney was looking for something, not there. Oh, wow, somehow, geez, almost did. And able to trip him up are the Papermakers as that clock winds down to the 1-minute mark. Ball at the 41, 3rd down coming up. Bayport with 1 timeout remaining, Kimberly with 2. What do you do here, Ricardo?
I say you just run.
Good job by the Pirates to get up to the line quickly. Running, oh, nothing doing there.
Of course,
wow.
I say that, and Kimberly sniffs that out.
Reed Beck, number 4, coming in quickly. I think that was Jackson Smith, the junior running back, but Reed Beck, the senior linebacker, busting through the gap and gets the stop. That's a big defensive stop for the Papermakers, as I would think Bayport is going to want to punt it away. And Bayport burns its final timeout. I think they're really thinking about going for it.
Well, you really feel good about your defense, right, against Kimberly. Your defense has made play after play. You know, you extend this, and maybe you get a shot or 2 at the end zone. And if you don't, do you really fear Kimberly going deep and doing something within, 35, 36 seconds?
Well, but at the very least, they could get into field goal position with the win at their back and put 3 points on the board. So
I think this is a good decision. If you're Jorgensen, you want to go for it.
You look at Steven Jorgensen. This is his 3rd year here. Kimberly grad, previously was the head coach at Fond du Lac.
Sure, I covered him during those years that he played.
led the Cardinals back in 2018 to a 12-1 showing in the berth in the D1 state semifinals, but all he's done here at Bayport in his first 2 years is win a state title in his rookie season, and taking the Pirates back to the state championship game last year. Is now Maney looking downfield. Oh, intercepted! Intercepted! Watch out, near sideline. That's number 43, Grayson Peters, the junior linebacker, getting a big turnover with 35 seconds to play, and now a chance with that big leg that Maddox Hermes has, Ricardo. You can put 3 critical points potentially on the board here before the half ends.
Good hands by Grayson Peters, and that was about a 20-plus yard return.
Right along this near sideline in front of that Bayport bench, so that was a big turnover that Kimberly needed because Bayport was really looking good.
Yeah, it was a 20-yard return by Peters, but he got it at the 30. They're marking it right at the 50.
Offensive line was humming, getting that running game going, but forcing the turnover there on a big 4th down play. So right at midfield, Hermes, the quarterback.
Well, he does have a leg, right? So if you get anywhere close.
Watch out. Now he's flushed out, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but guess who? Number 9, Asher Fontaine, the junior linebacker. And does Chad Michaelwitz want to burn a timeout? He finally does with 20 seconds to play.
You know, I think if Hermes had decided to take off running, there was an opportunity there, but just waited a tick too long, and the Bayport defense was able to recover and hunt him down. Loss of 1. 2nd and 11 from the Kimberly 49.
Trying to figure out what Hermes's range would be.
Well, Mike Sherry,
say that. Yeah.
He told me, I'm going to look up what he. I remember him telling me that he saw him making him plus 50.
Okay, so need about a good about 20 yards or so. Hermes drops back. He's going to let it fly downfield. Whoa! Oh. It was tipped, though. It was tipped.
Now, the receiver was hit, but it was tipped, Brett, so that is allowed.
There are a lot of blue jerseys, though, around. Was that number 44? Brady Renke, the fullback. So 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 11.
That's only the 2nd incompletion by Hermes.
Kimberly with 1 timeout still, 14 seconds to play. Hermes running to his right, looking for something. Boy, it's closing fast. But did you see the speed of that Bayport defense? 8 seconds to go. You're just going to have to punt it away, I would think. You don't want to have something goofy go on. Rely on Hermes to punt it away. That clock will pretty much wind down on a high punt by Maddox Hermes, but there was just nothing there. He's running towards that far sideline in front of the Kimberly bench, just waiting for something downfield. Not only was that covered, but the pursuit coming from that backside blew up that play. Now Hermes, Ricardo coming out with the offense.
Mike Sherry from Mike Sherry. Hermes kicked a 43-yard field goal against Sussex Hamilton that cleared the crossbar by 20 yards.
Okay.
He said he would have been good from 60.
Well, 8 seconds to go. Kimberly going to run a 4th down play. Hermes downfield. Oh, just overshot Schedemeyer, and turnover on downs. And with 2 seconds to play, got to think you're just going to take a knee. But I don't know. These are aggressive coaches.
Kind of like Kimberly's moxie, Brett. They're hanging around. But you get a sense that Bayport's offense is just, right? It's just an inevitability, them scoring a bunch of points.
Well, I think defensively, too, has been very impressive. There's not a lot of openings, running game or passing game for Kimberly. Or if there's some passes to be completed, they're getting roped up and brought down pretty fast. So you got Babbage back out there, Ricardo, now, and I think Kimberly probably want to talk things over defensively just to make sure something goofy doesn't happen on this play. Be sure to stay here at the half, folks. We've got things to talk about. Ricardo's, he says that the Elite 11's coming out, so he's going to preview that so you all can check it out. Go through our live streams that we have coming up and our Clubhouse Live Packers show that's a little over a week away. Boy, summer really is winding down, isn't it? Schools have started. My granddaughter started school yesterday.
Wow. Mike is at the Little Shoe game, Brett.
How's that going?
I just texted him to send us a text.
Still wondering how that Apple and Northwest of Pier game is. And that must be just down the road at West of Pier.
I gave a thought of actually going to cover that game, but I was figuring that Betsy would be there. But you said he's here?
No. I haven't seen Scott here. I was just reading one of Scott's his preview article on the Pirates.
Gotcha.
So here we go. And that was tossed. That was a quick pass to Otradovic, but that's how the first half comes to a close. And I guess not surprising, Ricardo, we have a nice close football game between these two non-conference rivals.
Yeah.
So good football will be a lot easier to run down the first half scoring than it was last week. I can say that again,
Was
too.
that Babbage at quarterback?
That was Babbage at
Yeah,
quarterback.
okay, so I
So,
got that right.
hey, it's halftime here at Bay Port High School. We're in Suamico. Quick look at our Cellcom scoreboard. Shows the Pirates leading the Papermakers 14-7. We'll talk more about tonight's game and a whole bunch more after this short break.
At Cellcom, we live, work, and play right here in Wisconsin. That's why we use our wireless technology to help protect this place we call home. That's technology with a heartbeat.
I do it right, I'm powered up, I feel alive. I do it right, I'm hot as heat, my start a fire like sugar, 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 nothing sweeter than me. I spice it up, I'm having fun, I'm feeling free. Here I come, ba-da-ba-da-bum. It feels so good to be me. I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar.
All right, welcome back to Bayport High School. We're in Suamico. And again, as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, we're at halftime. Bayport leading Kimberly 14-7, Week 2 non-conference game. We just saw, I'm Brett Christopherson, by the way, USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent, hanging out with my buddy, Ricardo Arguello, and also my other buddy in front of us. We can't see him. He's in the bleachers tonight, but it's a gorgeous night. Not a bad way to spend a Thursday evening, but it's Jim Rosandick. We call him Rosie. But I guess we'll start out with our halftime stuff. Ricardo, we just saw the preview, and Rosie did a great job of putting it together, the Elite 11. And, boy,
That's
there
right.
are some big-time names, led by, of course, maybe the player of the year already in the state of Wisconsin, Kingston Allen.
Well, first off, I'm looking at the moonshot. That's no moon, Rosie. That could be the Death Star. But, yeah, Rosie got a little bit of a snippet there of the Elite 11 football team. So if you want to see it again, you got to scrub backwards. But, Rosie, that looks fantastic, by the way. You've done a great job putting that together. Rosie, by the way, has got the bad wing. I don't know if you know this, Brett. He had surgery.
Back in June.
He's still, not 100%, but we appreciate you putting that out there for us. You're working on, well, that's the Elite 11 football team. You're working on the terrific 10 volleyball team, which should be released shortly as well. But, yeah, great stuff there. But, Brett, can I quick do some thoughts on these two teams so far? First off, I think Kimberly's dodged a bullet here, Brett, a little bit with Bayport. Bayport having a few mistakes in terms of offensively not getting to where they need to be. I think they left some points out on the field. Kimberly, give them some credit. They're hanging tough. I can tell you right now, just looking on the field, They don't seem man to man. It looks like Bayport's a better team, a better roster, but Kimberly's hanging around, Brett, and that's all you got to do, right? In football, just got to hang around. Now, the best teams don't always win on a Friday night or Thursday night in this case. Really impressed with the two quarterbacks for Bayport. I think they bring different dimensions, different things to the field, and I think Kimberly Wright is down. They're down a guy because I don't think their quarterback is suited up tonight. That would be, is it Welch?
Yeah.
Right now, so Spencer, or I keep calling him Spencer.
Maddox.
Maddox Hermes. He's kind of have to do everything. And he's a guy that last week was more of a, like a running back, a little bit of a receiver, that kind of thing, as well as a great kicker and punter, special teams player. But now he kind of has to shoulder the offense because right now, that's all they got. Kimberly, that Bayport defense is making life miserable for them, Brett.
Again, when I read Scott Vency, our colleague at the Green Bay Press-Gazette, his preview article on Bayport, they're really high on the defensive side of the ball. Very skilled, a lot of athletes, a lot of speed at all levels. And so far we're kind of seeing that. We're even on that, remember that screen play late in the first half, Kimberly looked like it
looked
there,
like they had a huge play,
and they just kind of came in and kind of blew that up, and it was really impressive.
The Bayport defense, they're very disciplined, Brett. They don't get juked out. I can only remember one time where on that misdirection play, that long pass to the tight end Kimberly had. That's really the only time you kind of saw them get juked out.
So we'll see what kind of adjustments Kimberly makes, what kind of adjustments Bayport makes, because the Kimberly defense, Chad Michaelwitz, the head coach at Kimberly, very complimentary towards his defense. Even after last week's game against Hamilton, it was really just 3 big plays. Otherwise, I wasn't there, but I know Mike Sherry was our colleague. Sounded like the Kimberly defense did a pretty good job of bottling up, for the most part, most of the game, that Chargers offense. Of course, you got to do it the whole game, right? And the Chargers had some big plays there, but kind of what we sort of expect to see in this game between these two rivals. Remember, Kimberly leads this all-time series 5-1, and Kimberly looking to avoid its first 0-2 start since the 04 season.
Boy, oh boy, that hasn't been seen in a couple of decades there, that kind of a start for Kimberly. But lots of time here left, Brett. It's only 14-7, though Bayport does start with the ball. So it's going to be imperative that Kimberly doesn't go down by a couple of touchdowns, because right now it seems like their offense hasn't quite found its groove yet against this Bayport defense.
I see Little Chute now on top of FVL 26-7.
Yes, that's right.
Is that what you said? Yeah.
Mike Sherry is there, my boss, our editor. By the way, if you want a comprehensive look at Week 1 and maybe the top 10 teams, check us out on the 920 Sports podcast, Brett. We talked for almost an hour just on high school football in the area. So you can find that, again, anywhere you get your podcast. Just type in 920 and then sports, and that should bring up our podcast. I think we had a good time talking about the teams, Brett. We went through our top 10 teams that we had at the Post Crescent, and also look back at the Week 1 big games that we had, especially that 56-53 Notre Dame victory over Neenah. I think we got some pretty good football in the area. What do you say, Brett?
I would say so.
Now, tomorrow...
I'm sorry. I was just looking. I had a whole bunch of texts. I thought there was some scores coming in. I agree.
Tomorrow we have Neenah Arrowhead, and at halftime, Brett, I'm in contact with Neenah standout shot putter and discus thrower, Emma Severson.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully I will be able to have her come up, talk to us at halftime. Only a sophomore last year, Brett, won the Division I discus and shot put. That is incredible, and she has a bright future ahead. She might be going somewhere big when it's all said and done in terms of college.
You do that as a sophomore, Ricardo, then the pressure's on as a junior and a senior, but I don't think she minds the pressure at all. In fact, I don't think she's going to even feel any pressure. She's just worried about her own throws and her own distances.
We're excited to have her, too. She's a great quote. She's been on the Varsity Roundtable, which I'll talk about in a bit, but she's someone who's very good at communication. She's a great interview, so we can't wait to have her there at halftime.
So you're telling me again that Northeast Wisconsin, the Fox Valley, has incredible athletes again. We saw one in Kingston Allen. We saw one in Ashton Van Beek last week. Now we have Emma Severson, who's a reigning state shot put and discus champion. I mean, come on, right? I mean, there's more. We got Donovan Davis, one of the top basketball recruits in his class over at Freedom.
Well, you're other guys that we're talking about, Richie Flanagan, right? Going to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman, defensive lineman for Notre Dame. Notre Dame going to Notre Dame.
Well, going to follow his brother James and, of course, their father Jim, a longtime NFL
I'll have to pay a
player.
little. Yes, I'll have to pay more close attention. I think James might be starting, or he's going to get a lot of snaps at tight end.
And the Notre Dame Fighting Irish coming here to Lambeau Field.
Oh, that's true.
To play the
That's
Badgers
right.
on September 6th. That's a Sunday, so that's next Sunday, the Irish coming. So James Flanagan gets to play in that game. That's got to be real special for the family because, again, Jim was a standout Irish football player and then a long time for the Chicago Bears as well.
West of Pier over Appleton North 21-0. Thank
Wow.
you, Rosie.
Boy.
They have that younger Grayson kid going.
And a new head coach. Remember, Chris Grayson, the father of Patrick and Andrew, led the Phantoms to the state championship last year, the championship win over Notre Dame in an FRCC final. You think, well, okay, new quarterback. He's, a sophomore? New head coach. It might be some growing pains, I guess not. And they're doing that against a quality Appleton North defense. FRCC, boy, you got to get this league credit right now. They are pumping out some teams and
I'll
some
be
athletes.
honest with you. I was, in years past, I've been a little, I kind of struggle a little bit when you see the FRCC in total because they usually have one or two good teams. That's it. That has changed. It seems like 4 or 5 of the top programs have really taken a step up. Right now, Brett, they're probably the premier league right now.
I think they
in
are.
the Valley, where for years it was the Fox Valley Association. They're at least on the same level.
FVA is deep. There's good quality there, but when it comes to just upper tier right now, I mean, how do you argue with Bay Port? They've been in the D1 state finals the last 2 years. Look at West of Pier and what they're able to do. Look at Notre Dame and what they've been able to do. How about a Menasha, which is really solid. So it's pretty impressive what this league has been able to do. And not only that, but in other sports, De Pere boys basketball recently won a state championship. De Pere track, I believe, recently won a state championship. So, and I'm sure I'm missing Notre Dame girls basketball and what they've been able to do. So it's been a really impressive showing by this league. Certainly in recent seasons, if not even longer.
I think, Rosie, you're enjoying that. They played a little Crazy Nights from Kiss. I haven't heard that in a long time, my friend.
So listen, I mentioned we're doing tomorrow night Neenah Arrowhead, and then I wanted to mention September 7th is our kickoff show for Clubhouse Live. I'm going to have some announcements here in the not too distant future about who is going to be our anchor guests. And I'm talking about this is our Green Bay Packers show, our weekly Green Bay Packers show that's held at the Fox Club down at Fox City Stadium, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. It's a free show. Admission is free. Parking is free. They serve food, great food there and drinks. And come check it out. Meet some of your favorite Packers. We're not an X's and O's show. We're more of an entertainment show. I co-host it. So does Ricardo, the Bear fan. And Ricardo's got some ammunition now with his Bears taking down the Packers twice last year. And the Bears looking to maybe solidify itself as the team to beat in the NFC North.
I don't know if there's a team to beat. I think all 4 teams got a shot at it, really. Now with Kyler Murray in Minnesota, I think every team you can make a claim that all 4 have a shot at it, right?
They all have a shot at it, and I think the Lions very much so if their head coach would just punt it away sometimes.
Yeah, right. Well, that's just the same thing with the Bears if they would kick a field goal instead of going for it all the time. I want to get this out there. That same time of the Clubhouse Live, same week, Labor Day week, is also when we'll have our varsity roundtable debuting again. So please be on the lookout for that. We have a couple teams that I'm looking at to kind of start off the roundtable. But every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, the only online high school sports talk show in the state. We're excited to bring it. Nobody else does what we do, Brett. Nobody.
I agree, Ricardo, and it's just going to be fun, kind of getting into that rhythm of the fall season. Monday Clubhouse Live, Wednesday Roundtable, Friday Game of the Week. It's always just kind of, next thing you know, it's the holidays, so it just goes by so quickly. But looking forward to the Roundtable. That's always a lot of fun. You do a great job with that. We get to see the debut of the spinner. Can't wait to see that little deal that you purchased. But again, Clubhouse Live, this is our 18th season already.
Woo.
It's an award-winning Packers show. And again, come and hang out, see your favorite Packers players. We also stream it live online, so if you can't make it to a show, check it out. You can just Google it, do a search. It's on our YouTube channel, Facebook PackersNews.com, ClubhouseLive.com, all those Facebook pages. So definitely check it out. But 18 seasons, we should hit show number 400 this year as well.
So when's the date of that again?
September 7th. That's Labor Day night. Reason why we have to do it on Labor Day night, we can't do it on a Tuesday night because the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, as you all know out there, a high Class A minor league affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers, the NL Central leading Milwaukee Brewers, they're in a playoff chase in the Midwest League. So if they make the playoffs, it's possible that the Timber Rattlers would be hosting that series that week, and the games would start Tuesday. So we can't lock in that Tuesday. We have to bump it back to Monday, but that's okay. Labor Day, we've done many shows on Labor Day to kick off the season, and that goes into the Packers' Week 1 matchup against the Vikings. So we're going to have a whole lot of fun. I'll announce our first guest here soon, but I can tell you he is a star in the making on the offensive side. That's all I'm going to say.
Is it Musgrave?
He's unavailable right now.
Sorry.
First half scoring, Bay Port, Braden Maney with an 18-yard touchdown run. Was scored at 6:06 to play in the first quarter. Gave the Pirates a 7-0 lead. Maddox Hermes answered with an 8-yard touchdown run with 48 seconds to play in the first quarter. That came off of a Bay Port fumble that set Kimberly up first and goal at the 10. Tied it up at 7 apiece, and then we saw Ryder Timmerman with a 1-yard touchdown run. That was off of a Bayport defensive stop near midfield, and that was with 3:43 to play in the second half. 14-7 is the score, and that's where we are as we look at our Cellcom and a Cellcom scoreboard. Bayport up 14-7. I almost said another sponsor, but it's Cellcom and Cellcom
Easy,
only.
Brett. Yeah, again, just want to send another plug out. Our Elite 11 football team is being debuting tomorrow on postcrescent.com and Green Bay Press Gazette.com. So please check that out. Jim Rosandick just finished the video. Mike Sherry edited it, and I provided the, I guess, the context and everything, the little bios and everything. But really, this is about the players. They came in, had a great time, did a great job, giving us a lot of material to work with. So we're excited about that. And again, the terrific 10 girls volleyball team.
Yeah, when's that coming out?
That senior showcase. It's coming out whenever Rosie can get to it, right, Rosie? Because Rosie's had a lot on his plate. We're hoping within the next couple of weeks, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'll have the bios done this weekend, and then Rosie, if you can get that to me, that'd be great. Don't forget to send me the one of the cards so I can start promoting that, though, Rosie.
Hank DeWild says the FRCC North will pass the FVA tonight unless Kimberly wins this game.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and they should be proud because they've really worked hard. A lot of these programs. The Piers and the Pulaskis. Obviously, we know about Notre Dame and FRCC South, obviously, and West of Pier. I mean, what Brett? They had 3 FRCC teams in the championship game last year, right? West of Pier, Notre Dame, and Bayport.
Yeah, how about that? That's a good point. Good point.
Well, the Fox Valley in general, because then obviously there was Little Chute and Winneconne in D4, Brett.
Yeah, it was looking good, and Ricardo, I'm impressed with Little Chute here to start out the season.
Oh, I know, and I visited the camp there, Kromanacher. It was a very, I don't want to say a silent confidence, but they weren't arrogant or anything in any way. I could just sense that they know that this is the year that they have the team to put it all together. After being so close last season in that Division IV loss to Winneconne, which many folks could say they should have won that game.
Well, it looked like they had it in the fourth quarter, and then Brody Schaefer made some fantastic plays for Winneconne. But remember, Little Chute returning basically all of its skill position guys. They're missing 2 All-State offensive linemen.
Yes.
But with all of those guys returning as seniors, I think you kind of brought up that last week, is that it kind of reminiscent of a Winneconne with all of those guys coming back. They got to the state semifinals the previous season and then finished it off last year with the state championship. Little Chute looking to do the same, but boy, oh boy, Freedom. That is going to be a whale of a game, I believe, in week 6 for the county ensign. If it stands right now, it's probably going to be 1 against 2 in the state of Wisconsin in Division 4. How about that?
Yeah, Freedom put belt to butt, right? Was that Lake Mills that they
a good
smoked?
Lake Mills
I mean,
team.
that's a good Lake Mills team that they shut out. I want to say it was 40-0.
40-0. A
And
high-powered offense.
Look out for the Freedom Irish.
Yeah. Again, thanks to Cellcom. Tonight's Varsity Game of the Week is brought to you by the great folks at Cellcom, your hometown provider, proudly connecting our Wisconsin communities with wireless and internet. Come home to Cellcom. I'll have to get you to say that part.
How's that go again?
Come home.
Come home
to Cellcom.
To Cellcom.
There's our guy, Torque Mason, down there, photojournalist of the Green Bay Press-Gazette. He will have photos of tonight's game later tonight on the Green Bay Press-Gazette and the Appleton Post-Crescent website, so check out all the great work by Torque. It's the second week in a row we've seen Torque at a game.
So here we go. We got a good night of football here. This ball game, Bay Port leading at 14-7.
That's a lot of timeouts for Kimberly.
We were alerted.
Thank
to
you.
Our timeout situation there.
Who was sending that to you?
I think it was Jeff Nywenhouse.
Oh, appreciate it, Jeff. Thank you. That was
Looking
my
out for us.
fault there.
Appreciate that, Jeff.
Yeah, Kimberly's got 3,000 timeouts. There's Torque there, and that.
And that's our buddy Doug Ritchie.
Yeah, from Fox 11.
He's been in our podcast.
Yep.
And I'm sure we'll have him on in the fall, previewing the football postseason.
All right, third quarter about to get underway. Kimberly ready to kick things off. Hermes. And that's going to be a bouncer. Let's see where they field that one. Right at about the 3, maybe, or trying to see.
Oh, wow, he's quick, whoever
Yeah,
that is.
that was Ricardo Jackson Trotovic, the senior. And underway here. Well, kind of a cool evening.
Let's get in there, huh? You should. Are you thinking of? Are you
no
upset that you didn't wear pants?
Never. I go through all 9 weeks, even if we have snow.
Stop.
And then we see what happens in the playoffs. It's usually that first playoff game, it does get chilly. So ball at the 6-yard line.
That's
for
what I
the
have.
Pirates. And starting the half at quarterback is Bray Babbage. Babbage is going to hand off. Oh, boy, watch out. Look at the speed. One play, 74 yards. Jackson Smith, how about that?
Brett, I don't know if he got touched going through that line.
Wow. He got through that in a hurry. Great blocking up front, and I think you're right, Ricardo, untouched. And then it was a foot race, and you see that speed by Smith. 74-yard touchdown run.
You know, Jackson Smith had 40 yards on 7 carries and 2 touchdowns. He also had a catch for 82 yards and a touchdown in last week's win over Middleton, Brett. So there you saw that speed. That's a way to start the half.
Oh, I guess one play. And Timmerman bangs it through, and just like that, some explosive fireworks. There's the man of the moment, Jackson Smith, right there, number 22, getting a drink of water after that 74-yard sprint to the end zone. 21-7 Bay Port with the lead as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm updating my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo. Oh, PC Ricardo. At Ricardo DeLeon, D-E-L-I-A-N. You can follow Brett at PC Brettsy, Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Ricardo, nothing fancy about the play call, right? Just straight up the gut. So I know you mentioned that offensive line in the first half. Oh, those guys doing some big-time blocking to spring Smith loose. And you can see his speed. Wow, what a start for Bayport, now up 2 scores. Let's see how Kimberly answers. Bayport has reached the Division I state championship game in each of the past 2 seasons. The Pirates took down Muskego 25-18 to win the title back in 2024. Ricardo, the first Green Bay area team to win a Division I state football championship. Right at the goal
fantastic.
line. Yeah. Cita with it, spinning his way about the 15, maybe 16-yard line. And then the Pirates, Ricardo, nearly won it again last season. They went up 15-12 over Arrowhead with 46 seconds to play. only to watch the Warhawks return the ensuing kickoff, 76 yards.
Yeah.
Crazy finish for what proved to be the winning score. Bayport, though, somehow, some way moved the ball to the Arrowhead 11 with a second remaining, opted to go for the touchdown instead of the field goal, but the pass fell incomplete, and Arrowhead with an improbable 18-15 win, stealing a championship from Bayport.
Well, we've seen Arrowhead in other crazy finishes. I talked about that Kimberly Arrowhead game from a few years back, as this play goes nowhere.
Rosen brought down quickly right at the line of scrimmage. That was now 11 years ago?
11 years ago.
You did a great story last year about that. You interviewed some of the key guys, Blair Mulholland, of course, Steve Jones, the head coach.
Johnny, oh boy, their quarterback. Why is his name escaping me for Arrowhead? Johnny Denzo or something like that. I actually called a few of the Arrowhead guys as well, their coach. Mauling, it really was they were all very cool and wanted to talk about the game and what they remembered from that incredible finish.
And any bitterness from Arrowhead?
No, I did not get that.
Just realizing that was a great game, a wayward pass there, intended for Cita, incomplete. I was at that game with you. It was snowing at Camp Randall that night. It looked like Arrowhead was going to win it. That would have snapped Kimberly's 13. They had won three straight state championships, or no, two. 13 and 14, right? Then that was the 2015 state title.
It was 42-21 late in the third quarter. Brett, and I've told this before, even to Coach Jones, I had already started on writing what we call the obit, right? The end of their season.
Yeah.
It was snapped and all this other kind of stuff. Had to completely rewrite everything over that last
Blow it up,
quarter.
Right?
Yeah.
That was a heck of a comeback, and what a setting at Camp Randall Stadium and all the snow. Very memorable game. Papermakers, Hermes slings it over. Cita, but Ricardo, that defense, I mean, there's just no space. 3 and out, and now Bayport really humming right here. Get that one play, 4-yard touchdown run, and then they get the 3 and out. Now a chance to add to this 2-score lead. Houston back to receive this kick. Of course, Hermes, he's got a great leg, spirals that punt.
Oh, it's a nice Kimberly bounce.
Yeah, right at about the 34-yard line.
Well, it only took Bayport one play their first drive, Brett, to get a touchdown. Again, 74-yard
run by Jackson Smith.
Jackson Smith. Again, he had 3 touchdowns in their win over Middleton.
And another junior.
Yeah. So, Kimberly's defense, I think this goes without saying, needs a huge stop. Better yet, a takeaway.
Babbage in. He's going to hand off to Timmerman. And again, kind of gashing right now in that run game. I think if you're the Bayport staff, I think you're just going to hand this ball off, because this running game really starting to take hold.
I agree with you, Brett. 2nd down and 5. That was a 5-yard gain for Timmerman. But that offensive line starting to kind of impose its will on Kimberly's defensive line.
Nope, Babbage is going to keep it. Good pursuit there by the Papermakers. And we got a Kimberly player down. Oh, trying to see who that is. Didn't see who got in there to make the tackle. So we'll have a timeout for this Kimberly injury. Hopefully he's all right.
Loss of 1 on that play. But Brett, let me rattle off that Bayport offensive line again, my friend. Number 64, and I'm going to give you their dimensions as well. Camden Steinhorst, 6'2", 285, sophomore, okay? Number 60, Henry Atkinson, 6'2", 250, senior, the lone senior on this offensive line. Number 50 is Parker Lowenhagen, 6'3", 290, a sophomore. Number 77, as I said before, a little bit of a runt, 6'3", 215. Can you be a runt at that size? 6'3", 215 for Connor Boyle, a junior. And then number 66, Carter Schmeidel, 6'1", 252, also a junior. And that's the offensive line. And then number 14, the tight end, also doing a lot of that blocking. Brady Suda, 6'2", 215. He's a senior.
Ricardo, you see Von Christensen gingerly walking off the field, a junior defensive lineman, 6'2", 235 pounds. Hopefully he's all right. So Babbage waiting for the snap. He's going to drop back, look to his left. Boy, tight spiral. Nice throw and nice catch. Otradovic. Boy, confident throw, Ricardo. Just stepping into it, slinging it, and a nice grab by Otradovic. First down right at midfield for the Pirates, who are looking to add to this 21-7 lead.
Yeah, Tao with a nice tackle there for Kimberly, as they'll be marked at the 49, but a first down for Bayport as they're starting to find their groove here in the second half, doing it through the air and through the ground.
Bayport, a playoff participant in every fall season since 01. That's 23 straight fall seasons. As Babbage, tough kid to bring down in the run game as well. In Kimberly territory now, but a good 6-yard run to start that first down series. Bayport picked to win the FRCC North by boundwisconsin.com. West De Pere is tapped to finish second, followed by Pulaski, De Pere, Green Bay Preble, Appleton West, Ashwaubenon, and Green Bay Southwest.
2nd and 4 at the Kimberly 44 for Bayport. Pirates leading 21-7.
Babbage again's got all day long to throw. Rainbows one. Oh, good defensive play.
That was good defense.
That's number 2, Ethan Bell, the senior defensive back. 6 feet, 157 pounds, but sticky coverage and played it perfectly. Got that hand up right at the last second to knock that ball away. Really well done.
I think it was good recognition there by Babbage. Maybe not so much air underneath it. I think if he would have hit it just a little bit sooner, that would have been a gigantic play, possibly a touchdown.
Got a big arm, doesn't he?
He does. Remember, he's just a junior, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He and Maney. So 3rd and 4 coming up for the Pirates. Already with a touchdown in this quarter. Babbage is going to keep it, trying to find his way forward. Nope, he's wrestled down 2 yards shy, and I have to think Ricardo Bayport's going to go for this because of the very thing you said in the first half. They really trust that defense right now. And if they don't get the first down, I think they feel very confident that this defense is going to be getting the stops that we've been seeing all game long.
Yeah, good. I really like this quarterback situation they have here with Bayport. You know, a lot of times you hear when you have 2 quarterbacks, you really have none. That's not the case here. They have 2 talented guys. Got to get them on the field.
2 very, very good quarterbacks. Very nice luxury for Jorgensen and the staff. Babbage again. Rainbows one downfield and knocked away again. It's Bell again. Looks like the same type of play, Ricardo. Just gets in there, sticky coverage, knocks it away right at the last second.
Outstanding cornerback play right there, folks. Keeping his eye, not interfering with the receiver, and knocking it away at the last second. I would say those are pretty good passes. I don't want to say those are bad passes.
Looked back, played the ball, right,
Yeah.
and didn't tie himself up with the receiver.
Are you surprised a little bit they went to the passing game?
Yeah, I am, just of how well that running game was working for the Pirates. So there you go, 1st and 10. Kimberly gets the stop. Let's see if the paper makers can chip away here. And
Well, they definitely need to get something going here. You can't have another 3 and out and give it back to this offense.
again, Hermes, he's going to drop back. Oh, he's got all day long. Now he's going to take off, nothing downfield, and gets good. Oh, good 5-6 yards on that run. Good decision making by Hermes to not try to force something. Plenty of game left and just take what the defense gives you. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, you know, they have a spy on Maddox, Brett. Anytime he breaks containment, able to get him out into the perimeter and out of bounds for a 5-yard gain. But Bayport's ready. They're a good coach team. They know Kimberly. I mean, they're not a conference team, but they might as well be because they play them every year, Brett.
Yeah, and certainly a lot of Kimberly connections
Yes.
on this Bayport coaching staff, as I mentioned. Steven Jorgensen, the head coach, he's a Kimberly grad. His
Look
father,
out.
watch out. Hermes just got nailed. Boy, number 44 coming in. Bennett Boren, the
Wow.
senior defensive lineman.
Yeah,
in the backfield.
Hermes barely had time to set his feet. That's how quick he was in.
But to finish that thought, Steven Jorgensen, the coach here, his father, Steve Jorgensen, on staff. Of course, he led Kimberly to 2 state titles and 3 state championship appearances. Hall of Fame coach. Matthew Jorgensen also on the staff. Was he a Kimberly graduate as well?
Yeah.
So
I was at Daddy Jorgensen's final game as a Kimberly papermaker. Remember going down to cover that?
Hermes on the run, got to get rid of it. Ooh, it's intercepted! Intercepted! Just got knocked in the air. Number 30 comes down with it for the Pirates. That's Andrew Houle, the junior linebacker. And that's a big turnover there.
Yeah,
Boy.
Brett, I think Hermes had a player underneath, but he wanted to go maybe take a little bit more of a riskier throw and a little farther downfield. And, I don't think the pass was that bad, but it did actually get bumped up in the air, as you said. And great job by Bayport to snag that interception.
Boy, big turnover in Kimberly territory at the 39. It seems like no matter what Kimberly tries to do offensively right now, it seems like there's like 15 Bayport defenders on the field.
They don't make anything easy.
They're all over the field with that speed and athleticism, and now a chance for Bayport to do what Kimberly did in the first half, turn a turnover into a touchdown. Maney now in at quarterback, hands off to Timmerman, but nothing doing there. Big old number 92, Chase Stanley, a defensive lineman, 5'11", 225 pounds, getting himself in the backfield. Loss of 2 yards on that run.
There you saw a little penetration by the Kimberly defense, something that you have not seen consistently from that Papermakers line. But, boy, if they could get something going here and enforce a 3-and-out or prevent just a touchdown or any kind of scoring from Bayport, you got to try to stay in this game, Brett. You're down 2 touchdowns. It's imperative that you don't give up any more points.
Second and behind the sticks for Maney and the Pirates. Now he's going to look to his left. Nope, flushes to his right. Yeah, he had some pressure downfield, almost coming back to it.
That was a great job by the receiver to almost contort himself and get that ball, Brett, but just falling a little bit short on that pass play.
Yeah, that's Cash Ebling. Again, we've called his name quite a bit, the junior fullback. Again, we've talked about it. So many guys are juniors. They're going to be coming back, and including the 2 quarterbacks. I mean, this is a team that's really set up for quite a run here in the next couple seasons, Ricardo, and to build off of what they've done the previous 2 years.
These are 2 junior quarterbacks, but they don't play like junior quarterbacks. No. I think they show a lot of moxie and they show a lot of patience. I mean, he knew he was going to get hit there, Brett, and was able to still get off that pass.
Third down, Maney, and again, dropping back, trying to set up a screen here.
Nice.
Kimberly reading it, but look at this run. Look at this run, and it's got a first down run and more, still on his feet. Sartorelli with one of the great plays of this game. There was a few times, Ricardo, where it looked like he was going to be stopped and just sort of zigged and zagged his way, but we have a flag right in front of the Bayport bench.
Brett, that was
Bayport sideline.
That was an incredible individual effort. How many tackles did he break?
Oh, my goodness, but it's all for naught coming back.
I was going to say, he caught that ball, then you saw a level of quickness and shiftiness that you don't see at the high school level.
Sartorelli, number 1, a senior wideout, but instead it's coming back.
Oh, boy.
And this will be in Bayport territory now as well. So look at this is going to be 3rd and forever.
I'll tell you what, that play is going to get a lot of looks on the film from the Bayport coaches, because that was a great individual effort.
The good, and then they're going to look at the bad there and critique the penalty, I'm guessing, the holding call. So 3rd and what, officially 21, 22? And now do you try to set up a screen again, or you just maybe say, we're going to run it and live for another day, let our defense do some work?
I would set up a screen, try to get some of those running backs in space.
Well, let's see what Maney wants to do. Again,
there it is, that little dip.
Yep, going deep downfield, looking, and just overshot.
Tao was right there, Brett. Good job by the Kimberly defense.
Yeah, Christopher Tao, a senior defensive back. I remember calling his name a few times.
Yeah, he had a fumble return for a touchdown. Remember that?
Yeah, more than a few times last season. A nice player. So 4th down. First down catch on a screen negated by the holding call. So Kimberly gets the stop. Bayport's going to have to punt it away. 5:31 to play in this third quarter as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard.
Situation now, the punter's going to stand back from about 31-yard line.
Again, another good series by the Kimberly defense, Brett.
Strength of the team right now, right? Look at that offense going here.
out.
Oh, high punt. Kind of had to rush it, and you just get out of the way. It's going to take a nice turf bounce
Oh, yeah.
for the Pirates.
A lot of powder blue all around the ball there, right at the 15 it looks like. Rosie, they're playing all your favorite bands. They're doing a little Van Halen, too. We're old guys here.
Well, that's good music, though.
It is.
Kind of looking at the upcoming schedule for these two teams as well. I mentioned doesn't get any easier for the paper makers. Kaukauna on September 4th. Is that next Friday night? Yeah, that's a next Friday night game. It's a type of time of season 2 where I kind of get confused. Thursday and Friday games. That is Saida with it and still on his feet. Good little run to start.
Nice gain there for Kimberly. You want to get something going on offense, that's a great way to start.
Lucas Sita, is it? Is that what I'm saying now?
Yeah. 11-yard gain, first down and 10 for paper makers. Again, down 2 scores, Brett. You get a touchdown here. I think that's right where you wanted, right? Going into the fourth quarter, possibly, down by a touchdown.
A lot of game left. So Kaukauna next week, and we'll talk about the schedule here for the paper makers after this next play. First down play is Hermes right over to Schedemeyer. Next 3 games after that, Ricardo, at Appleton East, at Hortonville, Oshkosh West. But then to check out this closing stretch here to end it. At Appleton North, Fond du Lac, and at Neenah.
Ooh.
Tough game for Bayport coming up too next week. Pulaski, then at Green Bay Southwest, then De Pere, at Appleton West, then the West De Pere here, and they've had some wild games between the Pirates and the Phantoms the last 2 seasons. Green Bay Preble, then at Ashwaubenon.
Man, there's a lot of fun teams in the FRCC, isn't there?
It really is.
A lot of great football being played.
Oh, wow.
Ouch, bro. Number 44.
Yep, that's Bennett Bourne. Senior defensive lineman making a big time play in the backfield.
Yeah. A loss of 3 yards there, and tough. And now Kimberly's they're in a tough position here. 3rd down and 11. Their pass game has been not really consistent here and there. Now you gotta go to an intermediate route here, Brett.
Maybe a screen play of Kimberly's own. See what Hermes wants to do. Hermes going to sling it to his left. Got it. Wow. Short of the first down. That's Sita with the catch. Or, I'm sorry, Schedemeyer with the catch. Chase Schedemeyer, a senior wideout, with the grab. And decision time for Chad Michaelwitz, down 2 scores. Do you go for it or do you punt it away? I mean, there's a lot of game left, Ricardo.
So 4th down and 3. It was an 8-yard gain. I really don't know what to say right now.
Well, they're keeping their offense on the field.
Maybe you try to get them to go off sides, perhaps?
Boy, a big moment right here.
I mean, there's still time left. I mean,
you got a whole quarter plus a little under 3 minutes to play, but Kimberly going for it here on 4th down in its own territory. Hermes with it. He's looking for some space. Got it. And more. Hermes making some things happen, and good blocking up front as well for Hermes to find the space to get that first down. That is a risky call.
It is.
But they got it. And fresh set of downs for the paper makers.
Yeah, 8-yard gain there. Well, that's something we haven't seen much from Hermes is running the football, Brett, tonight. First down and 10 at the 41. Boy, Kimberly needed that conversion in the worst way.
Good run by Hermes again. Maybe we get some of those offensive linemen and tight end some love for the Kimberly side as well here. I'll try to get you some numbers here in a moment. Hermes again looking to his right, going downfield. Sita caught it! Oh, no, it fell incomplete.
No, I think he was out of bounds.
Was he out of bounds,
yeah.
catching it out of bounds? Okay. Must have been
Boy,
right
you know,
on that sideline.
I liked what Hermes did there. He put air under the ball, allowed his receiver to go and get it. It just was out of bounds. But, boy, Hermes showing you a little bit of everything here, right? He's kind of put in a position where, you know, I remember talking to him before at the Elite 11 photo video shoot that, you know, he wasn't going to play much quarterback this year. And he was going to do a lot more, you know, kind of like top athlete, put him anywhere around on the offense where he can help you.
Looking at the roster, Ricardo, also listed at quarterback is a sophomore named Beckett Hermes.
Okay.
Wondering if that is his brother, younger brother, I don't know. Sita with the carry, third down coming up. Let me get you some numbers on that offensive line, Ricardo, if you got a second.
All right, go ahead.
We got what, 72, 60, 68, 62, 64, and 81
Okay.
is your tight end. Maybe give those guys a little
I will.
a little love as well. They're playing well, getting some running lanes open for these guys. For Hermes, we saw in that big fourth down run. Here's a big third down coming up for Hermes in the offense.
I also think it's 4-down territory at this point, right?
Yeah, I would agree so. See what they do here, though. Hermes going to keep it. Whoa, got rid of it. And whoa, what a catch! Whoa, my goodness.
My.
Beckon Creasy, Ricardo, the senior wideout.
That was a big boy throw and a big boy catch. I'll tell you that right now. That was a 16-yard play on that out.
Ricardo, it was a dart, number one. Great hands along the sideline, too, and then good job of just toughness by Hermes because he knew pressure was coming again. Stood in there and delivered a really, really good ball there. Big first down. Kimberly on the move.
They're doing all this without a consistent run game, too, in my opinion. So Papermakers making some moves here. They need to score here.
Again, Rainbow's one left side. Go! That was Houston with coverage, the defensive back.
Brett,
Sita, the intended target there.
Let me rattle off these names. So, say for the Kimberly offensive line, Grady Olson, 6'3", 246. He's a senior. Number 60, Connor Bastian, 6'3", 276. He's a junior. And then number 68, Andrew Penninger, 5'11", 242, junior. 62 is Joshua Tomeyer. He's a 6'2", 277 junior. So a couple of juniors already in here, Brett.
So guys coming back.
Yeah.
That's good for the Papermakers.
And then rounding out that offensive line, Anthony Tolliver, 6'1", 263 senior. Always got to talk about the tight ends.
Yep.
And that's Jake Mao, 6'6", 224-pound junior. So we saw Mao make a nice play too.
Ricardo, some guys coming back as well for Michael Witz. Again, Rainbow's almost a catch. Boy, it was just kind of on his fingertips. Just couldn't bring it in. Schedermeyer with a near great catch.
Yeah.
And some
but now you're in a tough position here, Brett. I don't know if I like the play calling there.
But some good throws by Hermes. He's put just a little off, but close.
But I suppose it is 4-down territory here. So if you get 5-6 yards on this play, then you put yourself in a position to convert on 4th down. But
Hermes and Kimberly trying to test that defensive backfield for the Pirates. See if you kind of maybe lulling them now. Maybe you run a screen. But easier said than done with all that speed when it comes to the Pirates defense. Let's see what Hermes wants to do. Nope, it's going to be a handoff. And, wow, pretty good run there, Ricardo.
Yeah, that's his best run of the night.
Carter Rosen, the junior running back. So, again, a luxury for Chad Michaelwitz as well, having a lot of these guys coming back.
6-yard gain, 4th down and 4. It's a manageable 4th down.
Just going to use that word, yep.
But everything's been difficult against this Bayport defense. Again, everyone talks about the Bayport offense, Brett, but that Bayport defense, it's of championship quality. And I know the coaching staff feels that way too.
Here we go, 4th and 4? 30 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Are you in Maddox Hermes kicking territory right now? Are you in his range? He's going to keep it, and it doesn't matter because he's got the first down. Good move he put on there to kind of juke a defender, just blows past and gets that first down. So the chains move with 11 seconds to go. Got to think, have to think that'll be the final play of this third quarter as the officials wind the clock here, and that is going to be the last play. Good run by Hermes and good drive here. The best drive of the night by
Definitely.
Kimberly for sure.
Brett, that's a 12-play drive going on right now. And it started at the 15. All right, I'm going to update my Twitter. You can follow me at Ricardo DeLian, D-E-L-I-A-N. Brett at PC Brettsy, Rosie at Metal Rosie.
Some chatter on comparing conferences. I'm looking at our YouTube chat right now. Hank DeWild, of course, but he says if the FBA and FRCC North took the 6 best teams in those leagues together, he'd still probably take the Classic 8.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Classic 8 is pretty darn good, though.
Yeah, Classic 8 as well. But believe me, I'm always going to stump for the Valley schools. I'll tell you right now, Hank. When I go to any place where I go to and any kind of meeting where you're with other reporters, I always give the FBA and the FRCC some love, man.
We get a little tired of the Southeast love when all of these
they think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread.
All of these teams year in and year out, and this isn't just recent. This is a long time now. The FBA or the FRCC, the Fox Valley in general, it's a powerhouse when it comes to high school athletics. And you, Ricardo, saw a Classic 8 team go down to an FBA team last week.
That's true.
With Appleton North taking down Mukwanago. Here we go, 1st and 10. Good drive by Hermes. It's Kimberly offense. Now you're definitely in field goal range, but you're thinking more than that. You need a touchdown here as the 4th quarter starts. As Hermes pump fakes, going downfield again.
He got him.
For him, and just a little bit maybe long, but boy, that was close again. Chase Schedermeyer, the intended target in that back corner of the end zone.
That was a good play. That was a good play call. Great throw from Hermes. You got to finish that, though, right? I mean, you're not going to get many of those kind of plays. I mean, they were trying that late in the 3rd quarter, Brett, and coming up short, and they tried it again here tonight, or I'm sure in the 4th quarter, I should say.
A lot of deep shots that they've been taking on this drive. A lot of deep shots.
Well, 2nd down and 10 from the 26, Brett. Now, again, 4-down territory, so you don't have to worry about that unless they want to kick a field goal, which they can do with Hermes. Six has the ball there, Brett.
Yeah, that is Brady Oslus, the senior running back, 5'9", 166 pounds. Kimberly shared the FBA championship last season with Nina, both finishing with 6-1 league records. Last time Kimberly did not capture at least a share of a conference championship was 2012. And again, we're not counting that 2021 alternate spring season. Kimberly, a playoff participant in every year since '06, every fall season. And Kimberly has won or shared 12 straight fall season conference championships and won or shared 17 of the last 19 fall season crowns. Remember, so it wasn't always the FBA. It was the VFA for a while as well.
I don't want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about that? I don't want to talk about that alternate spring season.
No. 15th play of the drive here, Brett.
3rd down, Hermes again going over the middle, and 4th down. What do you do if you're Chad Michaelwitz? Do you put some points on the board here with your kicker? Make it 21-10, or they're going to keep the offense on the field? Down 2 scores.
Figure they're thinking that you have to score touchdowns here and not field goals, right?
Yeah.
Not with that Bay Port offense. So, but hey, this drive is outstanding, though, Brett. 16th play of the drive, but Brett, to come away with no points.
You need to come up with something, right?
After 16 plays, it's got to be a little demoralizing.
So 4th down, Hermes waiting for it. Here we go, looking to his left, delivers the ball and just overshot his receiver there, intended for Lucas Sita, and Bayport gets the stop. Turnover on downs.
So 16 plays, Brett, and it's unfortunate for Kimberly. You know, they had 16 plays, 62 yards, and you come up with nothing. That's tough. Now you got to hope your defense really comes through for you here.
That's why you do wonder. I know you need touchdowns, but you need 21-10, and I see. Yeah, you're still going to need a couple scores. So
Little
it's just too bad you don't come up with some points.
Little Chute leading 32-15, Brett, over FEL.
FPL's got a high-powered offense, too. Run by, was that Timmerman? Whole bunch of Kimberly jerseys there, wrapping him up. Now I think right now you're up 2 scores. Now you really rely on that run game, right? If you're Bayport.
Yeah,
Start
definitely.
running this clock, milking this clock, and
Last thing you need is a turnover or something goofy like that. Just go behind those big guys up front. I've said their names twice already.
yeah,
Brett.
that big offensive line. You've got some guys that can run the ball. Babbage now in at quarterback. Both quarterbacks that we've seen tonight for Bayport can run, and Timmerman next to Babbage, he can run. We saw Jackson Smith with that 74-yard touchdown run to open the second half, and they're going to go deep anyway, and there's going to be a flag. It's going to be defensive pass interference.
On Tao.
You could hear the Kimberly sideline disagreeing with that call, but you could hear the Bayport fans saying, hey, throw the flag. Officials do that, and it'll be a, what? It's not an automatic first down, right?
No,
in high
but
school?
it's a 15-yard, right? So if you're first down and 10 at the 40, I believe.
Okay.
Or maybe it'll be at the 39 because they have it marked at the 24. Well, we'll see. Now they're talking about this, Brett. Oh, okay, it is.
And it's definitely the call, defensive pass interference. Kimberly picked to finish second in the FEA by Bound Wisconsin. Nina picked to win it.
Did they pick Nina to win it?
Nina's picked to win it. Kimberly 2, then Kaukauna, Appleton North, Fond du Lac, Appleton East, Hortonville, and Oshkosh West.
First down and 10 from the 40.
Pirates in the D1 finals the last 2 seasons. Ricardo said it right. Already kind of a championship look on defense. And now, how about that hard run? Oh, is there a fumble? Looks like the Pirates have it anyway, but boy, Babbage, strong run again for that first down. Nothing really fancy there, just kind of busting through and plowing some guys over there at the end, delivering some hits instead of taking them.
So is that because they looks like they took out Babbage.
Was that Manny instead?
No, Manny's in that right now.
Now he's in now. Yeah, is Babbage all right?
Not sure. First down and 10 though at the 45 for Bayport.
So now Maney in at quarterback, and now look at Maney just right up the gut, and those big offensive linemen doing some work again.
10 yards. That's another first down for the Pirates.
First down and 10 from the 35.
Well, Babbage, I see he's fine on the sideline. That's a little push pass, Ricardo, to Smith with it, number 22. So just getting some guys some touches and really doing a good job of mixing in these 2 quarterbacks, both playing very, very well tonight. Number 4, Braden Maney, a junior, and then number 13, Bray Babbage. As we said, the son of Bobby Babbage, assistant coach for the Packers. And Braden, the son of Dylan Maney, the athletic director here. And it looks like we have a timeout.
On Bayport or Kimberly? Or just an official timeout?
It's like an official timeout. Now they're going to wind up the clock here. And Bayport now doing what they need to do, just really controlling the clock, controlling the tempo, controlling the game here, taking their time, up 2 scores. There's Smith again, who had that big run to open the second half.
is good enough for a Pirates first down.
First down and 10 at the 25 now for Bay Port. That clock keeps on ticking, Brett. That's what they want.
Yeah, and there's no rush, right?
No.
No reason to hurry up and snap the ball. Try to use up as much as that clock as you can. And ideally, if you're the Pirates, put one more on the board and ice it. Maney with it, going right up the gut. Ooh, nice job by big old number 99 again. That's Parker Kingsley, a senior defensive lineman for the Papermakers.
6'2", 22", senior defensive lineman.
So it looks like, is Babbage coming back in?
Babbage now, well, let's see.
Thought I saw 13 trotting in there. I could be wrong. Maybe I was looking at 17.
Check but no, Babbage is in, Ricardo.
Oh, okay.
So really doing a good job of mixing these guys now within this actual series. So Babbage gets to run the offense a little bit. That's Smith with it.
Boy, he's fast.
Again, Kimberly has not started a season 0-2 since 2004. And Ricardo, Kimberly has not had more than 2 losses in a single season since 05, according to what I looked up when it finished 4-5 overall.
Oh, and they have a tough FEA slate, too. You know, with Nina and Appleton North, Kaukauna next week, Fond du Lac, right?
Yeah. Chad Michaelwitz in his 5th season as Kimberly's head coach, 39-9 record with the Papermakers after 11 seasons and a lot of wins at De Pere. He's done a nice job. And there is Timmerman with a, 19-yard score? Boy, good hard run by Ryder Timmerman. And that might be the backbreaker right there as the Pirates now up by 20, waiting for the PAT to go up 21. Nice run by Timmerman.
Boy, they have so many weapons, don't they?
Yeah,
So
Timmerman, Smith, the 2 quarterbacks can run. Timmerman now, that's his 2nd touchdown run, also the place kicker, so a chance to account for all 7 points again. He's got a good leg as well. And that one is good. And as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, Pirates in complete control now. Pair of second half touchdowns. They've shut out the Papermakers here in the second half. Bay Port up 28-7 with 6:05 remaining. So yeah.
Little shoots up 40-15 now, Brett, with 5:22 to go. Mustangs really taking it to FEL.
Again, Ricardo, you're looking at that Kimberly schedule. Kaukauna next week, so it doesn't get any easier. I believe Kaukauna's ranked, at least in the coaches poll, I think in Division II right now.
Yeah, they got a big win over West Dallas Hale. I mean, a very West Dallas Hale that's been going through a lot of torments there. I'm curious to see how they do this week, though.
Oh, against Notre Dame, so that's a different beast for sure. Well, we'll see what happens in that game. But then again, that closing schedule for the Papermakers: at Appleton North, home against Fond du Lac, at Nina. Tough one for the Pirates. Pulaski, pretty good squad here in the FRCC North. That's next week.
At the 5 for Kimberly.
That's Cita with it.
Takes it out to the 30. Is that what I got marked at?
Mention some names for Bay Port, Ricardo, that of course we know quite well. Matt Stevens, Brock Gauthier, right?
Alec Ingold.
But these 2 guys were big parts of those state tournament runs or state finals runs the last 2 seasons. They're both at Northern Michigan. That's where current defensive back Rex Helms, he has an offer to play at Division II Northern Michigan, so it could be teammates potentially. We'll see what he decides. with Matt Stevens, the quarterback, Brock Gothier, the linebacker. Rex Helms, he tied the program's single-season interceptions record last year with 8 picks for the Pirates. And then, of course, other Bayport Pirates of note that we mentioned, Brady Moon, now playing at Division II Northern State University, and offensive lineman Aiden Dirksen, a preferred walk-on at Wisconsin. Wondering if any of those guys are watching the stream here tonight.
8-yard gain there on that pass to Lucas Osida.
Sita.
Osida.
Yep. Some new names to learn here this season.
Hermes.
Hermes, yep, over the middle. Oh! A little bit high there for Jake Mao, the 6'6", 224-pound tight end. Again, not playing tonight, Ricardo Rylan Welch, the junior quarterback.
Yes, and you can kind of see because Hermes probably didn't take a lot of quarterback snaps during camp and things like that and in the first game. So, he looks a little off in that way, right? Passes that are there, and he's just a little off. I mean, that's to be understood. 3rd down and short now.
There's Rosen. What a good run there. Far sideline. Rosen showing the spinner speed. Cuts it back inside and delivers some punishment at the end of that run. His best run of the night, without a doubt.
They have him at the 18. So 40. They have it at the 18. That's a 44-yard gain I have unofficially for him. So 1st and 10. Ball's at the 18. Just inside the 20.
Little play fake as Hermes again flushed out. And Mao this time with a tough catch along that far sideline. That's a 1st down. Bayport looking to snap a 4-game losing streak as well to the Papermakers. Kimberly leads the series 5-1. The only time Bayport has beaten Kimberly is 2019. That was a state semifinal down at J.J. Keller Field at Titan Stadium in Oshkosh. That was a 42-28 Pirates win that night. And Bayport going to the state championship game for the first time, and Rosen nearly into the end zone. Bayport losing to Muskego that season. Looks like, at the 2?
Yep, 4-yard run for Rosen. Carter Rosen, just a junior for the Papermakers, but now Kimberly's, they need to get into the end zone to make this a 2-score game.
Hermes is going to keep it, and he's in for the score. 2-yard touchdown run for Hermes. That was a really pretty slick drive for the Papermakers.
And it was a quick one. 5-6 plays, 69 yards for the touchdown with Hermes.
Second touchdown run of the night for Maddox Hermes. He also had the 8-yard score late in the first quarter. And now he'll, looks like, are they going to go for 2 instead? 2-point conversion try coming up now for the Papermakers. See what happens here as Hermes waits for the snap. Rosen next to him. Nope, he keeps it. Hermes trying to get in, and I think he's in. Let's see.
I think he is too.
Officials running in. And he stopped short. Wow, I thought he was for sure in. Thought maybe he spun his way in, but just shy of the goal line. So no good on the 2-point conversion run. So as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, 28-13 now, Bayport with the lead. 3:35 remaining in this game. And who knows? Maybe Some goofy things can happen here in the last
Well,
3+ minutes.
yeah, you always got those, the onside kicks. Hank DeWild says, hey, Kimberly might be ready to take on the best in the FBA by week 7. You know, it's always how you finish,
Yeah.
right? As long as you make the playoffs, that's always the best thing. And we've seen this from Bay Port, right? They've lost in week 2 to Kimberly, then they would go on and win the state title, right? End of the year.
Well, that's kind of what we see with a lot of these teams, right? You just kind of get better, build towards the postseason run. Got to make sure you get into the postseason, though, of course.
So we'll see what the special teams has in store here for the Papermakers, as Hermes will be doing the kicking. What's his onside capabilities, huh? He's putting the holder down. As we see it right here, there's the onside. I think Bayport recovered it.
Bayport got it.
Sattarelli showing those good hands.
Yeah, absolutely. The hands team out there waiting for the onside attempt.
And it's going to be marked way back at the 48. You can't advance those.
And now a chance to really just milk this clock down and get out of here with a win. Get ready for Pulaski in the FRCC North opener next week. And as for us, we're going to get ready for another big one tomorrow night. Top-ranked Arrowhead and 10th-ranked Neenah. Ricardo, are you excited about that one?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I'm excited about going back to Neenah. I love doing games from there.
That's Maney in. Nothing doing there. I think number 4, Reed Beck, one of the first ones in, senior linebacker. By the way, I got to give a shout-out to our Journal Sentinel colleague, Zach Bellman. He did a kind of a fun video where he tried out for the Arrowhead team, and it didn't go so well.
Underlying try.
Yeah, didn't go so well. I forget the name of the Arrowhead kid, but they did like a 40-yard dash, and he's in a uniform. He's in pads and everything, Zach is, and the kid was a champion sprinter, state champion sprinter, and out for football this year, so brings that speed element to Arrowhead, and Zach didn't stand a chance. Didn't stand a chance.
I think that was the whole point of the video, though.
It would have been kind of funny if he beat him.
Yeah.
Kimberly burns a timeout. But check that out if you can on JS Online. Just kind of Google Arrowhead football, Zach Bellman tryout. ZACBELLMAN. Pretty fun video.
Little Chute wins 40-15, Brett.
2-0, and we're going to see the Mustangs next week in week 3 against Wrightstown. Wrightstown, a good club, obviously.
At Little Chute,
That'll
right?
be at Fitzpatrick Field. So our first look at the mighty Mustangs and all their talent. The first of 2 games we'll see in the regular season of Little Chute. Got to give them some love, right? We'll see Freedom and Little Chute later on in the year. You know what's crazy is next week, Ricardo, it'll all be already a third of the way through the regular season.
That's true. Third down and 7 from the 45 for Bayport. We're under 3 minutes left here.
Maney with it.
Watch out.
Oh, yeah, watch out. Ooh, how did he escape that? And not going to escape that last hit. And Kimberly's going to take another timeout, try to preserve some clock here with 2:35 to play. They're going to get the ball back, I think. Is that 4th down coming up?
It is. Thank you again for tuning in to tonight's game. We appreciate that. Again, here at Bayport High School, Kimberly and the Pirates. Great early season matchup of these 2 traditional powers. You have your week 3 set up, Brett, but week 4 we still don't know about, huh?
Yeah, it's an unknown.
I say make sure you don't do anything until we know more after week 3.
Well, it's possible. We'll see. I've got an idea, but we'll see.
4th and 6 for Bay Port, getting pressured, finding his man. That's good enough for a first down.
Big play, huh? Trodovic with the catch, and of course clock stops to reset the chains, but that should pretty much do it, Ricardo, with one timeout to go for the Papermakers.
12-yard gain and the first down. Keeps that clock moving, nearing the 2-minute. Nearing 2 minutes. They don't have a 2-minute warning in high school.
College football does now. What do they call it? The 2-minute timeout?
Is that what it is?
I think so. What's the same kind of game plan you and Mike Sherry decided when it comes to covering these games?
Yeah, I'll mention it in a second here after this play. First down and 10 from the 32 for the Pirates. Trying to put this game to rest.
That's Smith. So Pirates off to a 2-0 start.
So I'll have a recap. You know, we have that strange situation. We have Thursday and Friday. This will be in Sunday's paper, I want to say. So this recap of this game or whatever else we have going on tonight. Friday will have its own thing again, right? But because of the way we run our print a couple days later, it'll be in Monday's paper, the Friday recap. And then I'll have another recap, Brett, of stuff that we did not get in.
Okay.
And along with, hopefully, I'm not sure if it'll be weekly or bi-weekly, our podcast, because, you know, we're bumping up against the holiday here. But we want to have a weekly, you know, discussion about what happens, you know, during the high school football season. And
I'll have some highlight video or highlight
you'll have
video.
highlight videos. I think he and I are both going to do the 920 Sports Podcast. You always, of course, are welcome, but we're planning on doing that on Sundays.
You and Mike Sherry.
Yeah, so, you know, that's your day of rest, as it were.
Not really. It's when I have to get ready for the Clubhouse Live
Yeah,
show.
well, I'm just saying, the invitation's open, but we want to handle that, take that off your plate. And just so we can have a little bit more, what do you call it, exposure, right? We post that on Monday. It'll have 4 days,
versus
4 or 5 days.
having it on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. So we want to do it that way. And it doesn't – I'm always working on Sundays anyway, so it fits into my schedule perfectly. And Mike, he never has a day off. So, you know, we have it
He
down
needs
pat.
his days off. But Bay Port off to a 2-0 start. Ricardo, Kimberly 0-2. Haven't said that in 22 years.
Yeah.
I guess that's the final play of the game, and maybe some quick thoughts before we
Well,
sign off and get ready for tomorrow night's big game.
let me start with Kimberly. First off, it's weird to get a measure on them because their starting quarterback wasn't playing tonight.
Yeah.
And Hermes does a lot of great things, but they're a better team when, you know, is it Welch is there, and where, you know, Hermes is allowed to just be a playmaker and get some, you know, make some plays that way. 0-2 for Kimberly, uncharted territory, but I have a feeling they'll be there at the end in terms of making the postseason, and they'll be a better team then than they are now. For Bay Port, what's there to say? You have a very good team here in Suamico. The Pirates, they have designs on making it back to the WIA Division I state championship game. I don't see why anyone would think they wouldn't make it there. They have talent up and down at all levels. They have incredible playmakers, Brett. The speed was evident here, right? They have two outstanding developing quarterbacks. It's hard not to see Bay Port making a lengthy postseason run because they always do seem to make a nice run with Jorgensen, Brett. They always seem to ascend and hit their peak right when they need them to be in the postseason.
Be interesting to see. And again, I mentioned it doesn't get much easier. Kakan again next week for Kimberly, Bay Port with Pulaski, and then still got those games late in the season with Appleton North, Fondy, and Nina as well. But we'll see how this team responds down 0-2. And I think Kimberly's going to make that run and maybe hit its stride, hopefully get some health as a quarterback, get guys where you really want the pieces to be, and see how this all plays out here towards the end of the season.
Well, I'm going to talk to Coach
Michael Witz,
and then, you know, just for everyone, Mike Sherry will have the main story because Little Shoot won. So Little Chute's going to be the primary story, I'm going to guess, for that Sunday wrap-up of the Thursday games. And online tomorrow as well. So it'll be online tomorrow morning, in print Sunday.
Sounds good.
So, hey, guys, we'll
Good
see you
work.
back again, right?
Tomorrow night
over
at
Neenah.
back at Rocket Stadium.
All right, guys, have a good one.
You too, Ricardo. First half, or the scoring. Do a lot easier to do the scoring tonight than it was last week. But Bayport got on the board first with 6:06 to play in the first quarter. An 18-yard touchdown run by quarterback Braden Maney made it 7-0 Pirates. Kimberly answered with an 8-yard touchdown run by Maddox Hermes with 48 seconds to play in the first quarter. Tied it up at 7 apiece. That came off of a Bayport fumble, which set Kimberly up first and goal at the 10. Second quarter, Ryder Timmerman, a 1-yard touchdown run with 3:43 to play. That was off of a defensive stop near midfield, and Bayport was able to parlay that into a touchdown. 14-7 at the half, Pirates with the lead. And then a pair of touchdowns to open the second half. Really the first play of the second half, a 74-yard touchdown run by number 22, Jackson Smith. 11:44 to go in the third quarter. That made it 21-7 Bayport. And then with 6:05 to play in the fourth quarter, Timmerman's second touchdown run of the night, this time from 19 yards out, made it 28-7. For all intents and purposes, put the game out of reach. Hermes with a 2-yard touchdown run for the Papermakers with 3:35 to play. They tried the 2-point conversion. It was no good. 28-13 at the time, and that is how the game ends with the win. The Pirates, number 2 team in the state in Division I. They improved to 2-0 on the season. Up next for the Pirates, they're home right here against Pulaski next Friday. That's a Fox River Classic Conference North matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. The Papermakers, again, 0-2 for the first time since 0-4. Boy, it's strange to say that. See if they can turn things around here. But, again, it doesn't get any easier for the Papermakers. They will be home against Kaukauna next Friday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. And, again, that win by the Pirates snapped a 4-game losing streak to Kimberly as well. As for us, no rest. We're right back at it tomorrow night as 10th-ranked Neenah hosts top-ranked and defending WIAA Division I state champion Arrowhead in another great, fantastic non-conference Week 2 matchup. Live coverage from Neenah High School kicks off at 6:45 p.m. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Again, thanks to our season sponsor, Cellcom. Tonight's varsity game of the week is brought to you by the good folks at Cellcom, your hometown provider, proudly connecting our Wisconsin communities with wireless and internet. Come home to Cellcom. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Breck Christopherson saying so long from Bayport High School here in Suamico, Wisconsin. Once again, as we look at our Cellcom scoreboard, the Pirates come up with a victory here in this Week 2 non-conference showdown. They take down Kimberly